Yes, we are doing some Masquerade tonight. At least that was the plan for myself. I don't know if you plan to do some Catherine. I did notice you playing some of that earlier, but I figured that tonight I'd crank out the visual novel of the bundle. Thanks for joining. Just one moment while I get things set up, and then we're ready to go. You're doing it off stream. Fuck trying to get it work on stream. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I hope you enjoy that game. Sorry that it didn't work for you proper. Playing Catherine gives me anxiety about bells. What bells? Nothing else at all. Nothing about the bells. Nothing about those bells means anything, right? You'll probably do some Craftopia tonight after dinner. That sounds fun. I'm glad that you've at least been enjoying it. I just need to post a tweet and then throw this in the Discord, and then I'll be ready to go. And by the way, this is Coteries of New York. What a strange name, because I think on Switch it's actually just called Shadows of New York, which is like way better. Coteries? I looked it up. It means like friends of like a friend, basically basically like a group in game. Anyway, yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the message they're trying to say is, but it's definitely got me thinking about the types of toxic culture about marriage. Yeah, what is not is necessary in relationships, and how often are success in relationships translates to how others see us. Yeah, for sure. Like, that game has a lot of really good fucking shit to say about, like, marriage and, like, sexuality and stuff. It's awesome. Hey there, Conway. Good to have you. Good to have you, Catman Sam. Gonna get started in just a moment. I am just, tweeting and then copying in the Discord of the notification, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Speaking of the Discord, I have to do there. Okay. Published. Oh, I meant to grab the, oh well. I meant to put the picture in there with the going live notification for Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York, but whatever. Alright, actually, one last thing I'm gonna do. Thank you so much for joining. Be with you in just a moment. It's Colorado time. Before we get started. So this is going to be a very interesting little visual novel. I don't know what to expect from it at all. Like, most of the visual novels that I play are from, like, Japanese developers, but I guess no, that might not be the case. I've played, like, a Russian one, and I've played, like, a French one that was Nightcall. I think this one is American. I would imagine so, because it's set in New York, but who knows? I'll have to do some research on the developer later. All right. Let's fucking do this. Hello. There we go. Now you can hear the game as well. Let me know if the audio is off at all, but I think it should be fine. Get started with the settings. Fast typing speed. Dialogue options in the middle. Interesting. Conway says, good news. Today was my Friday and I picked up munchies and alcohol on my way home. Sounds like it's going to be an absolutely great night. I agree, Gafaker. What did you get? Getting started. New game right here. We could play as Bruja, the rebel against power and rage and authority. That seems relatable. A seemingly insignificant man with significant ideas will join their ranks tonight. The Bruja, the Ventru, the aristocratic blue bloods embody wealth, sovereignty, and control. A top-level corporate executive will join their ranks tonight. Ooh. So I'm choosing who's joining their ranks, I see. Munchies are popcorn and cookie dough ice cream. Ooh, that sounds so good. They were out of jalapeno kettle chips. God damn. I mean, sure, like, jalapeno kettle chips are, like, the best, but, like, popcorn is still pretty good. I like popcorn. Popcorn's, like, probably my #1 favorite food. I like popping it myself, too. Torador. The divas seek thrills of art, romance, and cruelty amidst stagnant undeath. A tormented artist will join their ranks tonight. I'm gonna be able to have one ear so I can hear myself talking a little bit better. Alcohol is a 4-pack of IPA, and I have been meaning to try, and a 12-pack of lager. Ooh, lovely. I hope you enjoy. I'm not much of an IPA man myself, but I can respect the IPA. I've had some that I've really enjoyed, but in general, I generally prefer like the sour beers or something like that. So, the art, romance, cruelty among stagnant undeath, an artist, an aristocrat, or a rebel. I think the rebel named Bruja is honestly the fucking best, and I love that name. So we're gonna be Bruja. We're not gonna be Eric. We're going to be Bex. You have no idea how happy I am to see your stream right now. You have no idea how happy I am to see you in my stream log. Shit, it seems like you've been having a really shit time of late. I hope that I can at least give you a couple smiles here while you're going through this situation here. New York taught me to believe in fate. I don't know who's talking. Had you asked me... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, maybe I'll turn that down a little bit. That speed was too fast. I underestimated how fast the speed would be. Yeah, seriously, I hope you're staying safe. I rank my munchies as #1 jalapeno kettle chips. That one's amazing. #2 popcorn. #3 chips and salsa. Good picks. Or homemade guac. #4 ice cream. Do you count nachos as being in the chips and salsa category? Because like that might even level it up even a little bit more. I think in your ranking. I don't know. But in terms of just like bagged chips, or like, you know, pre-made stuff. Had you asked me about fate back when I was a human, I would have told you that it was a superstitious, all bullshit. That we were all just designers of our own destinies. That belief shattered when the richest woman in the United States, the actual richest one, not a face that you could have seen in the papers, of course, sank her teeth deep into my neck. Oh, so like a rich New York aristocrat, like a Trumpian kind of character is what sunk me into this. It happened in the very same place you're standing right now, by the way. Fate? You decide. Nachos would be in the chips and salsa category, but they don't always do well with dairy. Oh, I see. So you usually save cheese for pizza or tacos rather than going hog wild on nachos. That makes sense. I'm a dairy man, even though I might have like a mild lactose intolerance, but like, fuck it, man. Dairy's the best. Please, there's absolutely no need to be hostile. Just listen a little longer. See, my mistake was that I flew too close to the sun. It makes sense that my punishment was to never see its glow again. I like to imagine that I'm also like casually talking to him about milk. I don't mean to sound like a technology addict, but I feel like I'm going fucking insane. Our house is a hotbox and all of our food is spoiled with no stores or open for any more. Living off of chips for the next few days, and my only break off from it is when I can charge my phone in the car. God damn, so you actually did get a phone charger for your car. I'm fucking thankful for that, but god damn, you're not like a technology addict. I mean, we all are, because like, when I went without internet for 2 weeks when I moved to a new apartment, I felt like I was gonna go insane. And it was like, I realized how fucking insanely addicted I am to the internet and how much I use it in my day-to-day life. So you're not alone. I totally understand. The only reason why I was able to get through Mass Effect 2 was because of that situation that I was in, where I had no internet, but you don't even have power, which is like way worse. And a mild lactose intolerance, that's infinitely worse. But I suffer from seasonal allergies and dairy often causes issues. Yeah, okay, I feel you. I definitely have the seasonal allergies, but I know that seasonal allergies can hold a candle. I sold Xenoblade Chronicles for someone's spare charger. I had 2 copies anyway. Yeah, good. Good for you. That was a good idea, honestly. I'm glad that you got an extra buck there. Flew too close to the sun. Makes sense that my punishment was to never see its glow again. I mean, after all, you can always emulate it if you really need it, but you already have another copy. I was incandescent myself. I was hot shit. I had it all. Money, looks, confidence, connections, men, women, a career, a spark in my eye, the one you need to be born with. Oh, shut the fuck up. And that's when someone far more powerful than me saw my radiance and thought, that won't do. She robbed me of all the light erupting from within and gave me a stubble, enduring gleam in its place. Subtle, enduring gleam. Stubble. She decided that it would fit me much better. She was a 9th generation kindred, just like you, an apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me, at the peak of my human excellence, my real place in the food chain. Such an eyesore when you look at some loudmouth braggart and see them for all they really are. The temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Well, my sire's lesson was a lesson about fate, a message saying you're eternally doomed to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It almost drove me to destroy myself. I might even make it a little slower, the typing speed here. What saved me was the ability to reinterpret her teachings. Hers wasn't a message of doom, it was a message of hope. Fate exists, and one can shape it if given the right tools. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting for the job. She considered them toys, and me, just her amusing subject. Well, she's deader than dead, and I'm still here, standing right where she stood when we first met. You might have wondered how I've learned about your arrival to JFK Airport. My answer is, of course, destiny. Bullshit. That's code for bullshit. As luck would have it, today happened to be a day of my associates were inspecting the coffins. Driving you here straight from the plane and having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place was a little desperate. And I do apologize for it. But it is so rare for you to visit New York. 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? And you'd never eager to inform me you're here. I understand you'd still have that meeting in 53rd Street later tonight, so I'll provide a comfortable transport. I value our relationship very much, don't get me wrong. But it is precisely because I value it that I'm going to ask you to repay the favor you owe me. You're the only one I trust to do the job well, and without attracting attention. You might think I'm crazy, asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. might think it's impossible to get away with it unpunished. But this is New York. But I don't think about other cities. But in this one, fate really exists. Right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. Music is pounding and your pulse is keeping pace. This is one of those nights that makes you feel alive, even though it started with you feeling dead. First came the messy breakup, then the realization that you have nobody to talk about how much it sucked. Still, you decided to roll with the punches. One Facebook search for local events later and you found just the thing for your malice. So this is definitely modern day New York as well. A short subway ride and you find yourself at the club just outside Dumbo. Not a fancy one, mind you, more like a slightly refurbished warehouse, but hey, the drinks are cheap. Cheers. The DJ seems to know his shit, too, alternating between cutting-edge industrial techno and classic Detroit crowd pleasers, expertly feeling everyone's mood. An hour passes, then two. Sonic wants me to show up tomorrow for work. Bullshit. No, they don't have power. Most of our stock will be spoiled. What the fuck? You're getting to show up to clean? Wait. It's you're not you're like you're opening in a How do you open when there's nothing to serve, Bob? Bob, have you tried serving melted slushies, Bob? They don't sell well, Bob. What the fuck? What are they thinking? What do they want you to do? Fucking grill them on a fire outside the restaurant? You don't need power to roller skate my tots and strawberry limeade to me, damn it. Well, you still need ice, and the ice is refrigerated by electricity. Where the hell else are they gonna get the ice? It's gonna be fucking warm-ass strawberry limeade. And your tots aren't even gonna be cooked. They're gonna be fire cooked. They're gonna be cooked over a stove. A hot iron stove with fire. An hour passes, then two. Usually you'd feel awkward coming to a place like this all alone, but tonight you feel something soothing in joining the crowd, blending in, even as you allow the beat to take over. Sweat, yours, other people's, soaks through your shirt and pants in a matter of minutes. That's how I like my Sonic, you can taste the suffering. I like to taste the tears of minimum wage workers in my meal. If I can't taste the tears, the saltiness, then it's just not good. You are opening. At first I thought we were going to do a cleanup because our monitors are destroyed as part of the next door gas station ours too, but no, they want to open. Is Sonic HQ the one telling you to open? Like, do they not realize how bad it is? Do they not get the fucking memo? Like, at that point, don't go to work. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Or send them fucking pictures and emails of the current situation and then, like, explain why you're not going to work, because it's like, what the fuck? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, like, I understand wanting to get paid in this situation, but, like, well, what the fuck are you gonna do? I mean, get paid to sit around and do nothing might be something, but, like, I don't know. You do need the job. You do need the job, absolutely. So you can't say no to it, but, like, it's just so bizarre. Like, what do they expect you to do? I mean, I would get cleaning up, but, like, you can't serve any food. You need electricity for that. Anyway. A thought pops into your head. From the outside, the fully packed club must seem like a stuffy, smelly nightmare, but in here, the thick of it becomes exhilarating. And you're not even on a pill tonight. Okay. There's this Latina chick whose curves are accentuated by the light dress clinging to her body, and she keeps bumping into you. Something tells you it's only incidental, right? It only seems incidental. Oh no. It's a good night. You wish it could last forever, because you know all too well what the next day holds. Waking up, getting dressed for work, the commute, the 9-to-5 grind that will make you just enough money to pay the rent and keep living in your overpaid shithole of an apartment. This is the... This is both the New York life and the Lonk life, apparently. And with Jessica moving out, it'll all be coming out of your pocket. You'll run some quick calculations in your head and immediately come to regret that you did. Never mind. You spot the Latina again. Okay, that's a way to call someone. She is now next to another guy hitting it off. Your chance of not going to bed alone gone just like that. Fuck. Having worked for a corporate chain before, not food industry, but still, the district manager likely is being forced, and when there are 0 sales to report, they will push the territory manager to close up shop until things are back up and running. Ran into it with the blizzard. Huh. I see. They have to report 0 sales in order for them to actually take it seriously. I mean, that's fucked, but like, that's just capitalism for you. They won't actually care until no money is coming in, and then they realize that actually shit's fucked. Like, actually you can't make any money, so the whole point of you opening up was pointless. Even if you told them beforehand, they wouldn't have cared until it started to affect their wallet. Your mood temporarily shot down. You leave the dance floor and stumble your way to the filthy bathroom. You take a look in the mirror and start to wash your face obsessively. Over and over again. A voice from the past echoes in my mind. I never felt like this with anyone. Seriously, I mean it. I feel like all of my relationships up to this point were just test runs, a shitty way to compensate for my low self-esteem. 2020 had a pretty shitty year for me, which is why I'm deciding to get back into streaming. I feel you, man. I really want to hit you to hit affiliate. Actually, real quick, I'm just gonna shout out Monk. Lonk the professional moron. So, go follow, because they are like so fucking close to getting a affiliate that it kills me, and I want them to hit affiliate so that they can start earning money on the service, because I'm gonna subscribe to you when you do. I really appreciate you, bro. I mean, yeah, I know it'll be a while, but like, I don't know. At least you'll have something to look forward to when you come back, right? You know? That just sucks. It's the one small way that I can maybe help. I'm just a streamer, you know? I feel like all my relationships, yeah, okay. Finally, shit feels right. Oh, shut up, Jess. That was the craziest fucking day of my life. God, I need a smoke. Pass me a light. What do you mean the cops took the lighter? There's one in your mouth. Just shut the hell up. This is not you. Not anymore. Oh, fuck off. This is so like you, acting like some sort of Clint Eastwood wannabe when I really, really need you to open up. Really think you're impressing people with this tough guy act? Fuck you. You know how broken you really are. You need therapy. I don't know, man. Even after this, I don't know if I feel motivated to stream anymore. You're 4 followers away from 50. Yeah, I mean, how have your viewership been? I mean, like, there's no telling that, like, when you come back, you might still have, like, viewership. That would be nice, so you can take your sling off in 2 days. Yeah, now that sounds like the Jessica of today. You raise your head and look in the mirror. You try to smile, but all you can muster is a self-pitying grin. And there she is, the Latina from before. She says you look like you need a drink. You hesitate for a second or two and then blurt out a surprisingly enthusiastic, "Yeah." You start to talk. It quickly becomes evident that she's into politics and you're eager to please. You might be a corporate drone, but you spend a lot of evenings reading theory, actual theory, not bastardized Twitter cliff notes, and organizing for all manners of causes online. Okay, what do I evangelize then? The status quo sucks. Oh yeah, that's right, I chose to be a rebel, so this is my inner dialogue here. There must be something better. She agrees. You seem to subscribe to the same progressive political theories, have compatible ideas about the DSA's missteps, and even watch the same YouTube channels. Your goals are aligned. Ooh. You watch H-Bomber Guy too? Can't check on mobile, but I think average viewership just got over 2.0. Hey, well that's pretty good. You're getting there. It's all about getting like a little consistent. Like, if you even just dedicate like one day to be a streaming day, and you just have that be your streaming day, like, you can probably grow that audience, I think. But even if it's just a hobby. And I'd like to throw my streams over to you because you're cool. I don't know. She's a bit worried. She's a bit more radical than you'd have guessed. You attended a few rallies, been to a few protests, but this girl sounds like she broke her share of faces and kicked more than a couple of cops in the nuts over the course of her activist career. I like her. You have a charger for your phone, right? Supposedly the only charger that he has is the car charger, if I understand correctly. Her zeal is infectious. She taps into pent-up anger that you didn't even know you had. The noisy club starts working for you both, so you hit the streets. Just as you're leaving, the DJ starts playing All the Things She Said by TATU. Of course, you chuckle to yourself, trying to slip into a bad... Not to slip into a bad headspace. She chuckles along with you. It's chilly outside, but soon enough you find yourself too invested in listening to the girl's voice to care about anything else. You realize you've been holding hands for a while. Yeah, you have to use your car. You can live stream from it, showing the damage, get the viewer counts there, and maybe the 4 followers. I mean, that's the thing, is that you can actually stream from your phone and do live footage. If you stream what actually happened and the details of it, I don't know, I feel like that would be interesting. Like, just walking around and exploring the damage. Seeing what's going on in another part of the world that, like... That's fair, you don't want to be too obvious where you live. Actually, that's a very good point. I hadn't even thought of that. You realize you've been holding hands for a while. The subway car is empty, save for a stoic middle-aged couple and a drunk staring intently at his own feet. Plenty of rooms to stretch out, and yet, she sits right next to you. You can feel her thigh pressing into yours, her breath in the side of your neck. Maybe it's the booze talking, but you're distinctly hearing your voice as if she'd like to crash at your place. I've got a better idea, she says. At this point, you're down for anything as long as it lets you spend just a few more minutes with her. She takes you to a sleazy motel in the Bronx, trading a few words with the balding, tired-looking guy at the front desk. He hands her a key. Still holding your hand, the woman leads you up the stairs. Literally one look at the neighborhood I live and people will know where I am. That's totally fair, especially if it's a smaller neighborhood. Like in Colorado, if it was like Elizabeth or something like that, it's like, oh, I fucking, we know where that is now. I did tweak my settings. I actually got rid of my stream delay entirely, which hopefully that fixed it. I used to have like a stream delay setting that was turned on to 3 seconds, and then it would get longer if you tried to reconnect. But I just got rid of it, and it seemed to be working great now. It isn't small, it's just really well known. Oh, fair. You walk around and then it's just like the fucking St. Louis statue. She's on you. You try to take the lead, but having none of it. Before you know it, you feel the rickety bed pressing against your back. It's sloppy, fun, fierce, and not once did she lose the initiative. Oh shit. So she's taking the lead here. I mean, it makes sense because she's like punched people up, and I seem like kind of a sub here. Frontier is a nightmare because of it. I'll tweak your settings. Please, please, and thanks. Your hands reach under her t-shirt. Strange. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I just realized. My fucking chat box is like directly above there. Let me make that better for you. Actually, wait. What if I just put it over here today? No, actually, because there might be like shit that comes up, so I'm gonna put that right there. So I just tweaked my own settings. Thank you very much. Oops. Sorry, couldn't see that before. Okay, as if sensing your confusion, she kisses your neck. You are overwhelmed by the sensation. Darkness. That wasn't a kiss. The taste of liquid fire and smoke on your tongue. Her voice saying, "Sorry, kid. I did what I had to do to leave this city in one piece. But don't worry. With my blood and your principles, you're gonna do just fine." Put on the upper right-hand corner. Yo, I love all those fucking sub icons. Those are fucking great, Lon. You got like Johnny's and me. You got like, who else is that? That's for Colmir and Disbolu. That's super cute. I love all of those. You lie helpless on the soiled, pungent mattress for some time, minutes, hours? Before you can focus enough to try and piece it together, your evening hits you, the big hunger. It grips you by the throat and makes your insides shrivel in terror. It's an all-encompassing emptiness that throws you on all fours. I love, yeah, it's, Akiko. I love the doggy. Oh, it's Umppool. Gotcha. I wasn't 100% sure. You crawl for a while, squirm on the floor in sundering pain, and then jump to your feet and bust out the door. You black out. I blacked out. I woke up. I blacked out. I woke up. I blacked out again. Gotcha, or at least a friend of Umppool. This isn't the room you saw when you last opened your eyes. Oh shit, I'm walking around. I blacked out again. I woke up. Somebody curses at you, a small, naked, buff dude holding a short leather whip. What the What a goofy motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He throws a punch. He yells out several slurs. He hits you in the jaw. I'm suddenly into it. I black out again. And then I blacked out again. And then I woke up. The guy isn't moving anymore. There's blood on his neck. There's blood on his arms. There's blood on the floor. There's blood everywhere. I knew what it was gonna say before it even came up. Wow, whoever did this is one sick puppy. This is gonna turn toward being a rated non-Twitch appropriate. It might. I hope that it doesn't. If it does, then I mean, I hope that it's only text, so it's just describing it. I mean, just describing it isn't bad for Twitch, right? But showing it certainly would be. I mean, right now all we're seeing is like, you know, a fire extinguisher and a couple of couches and like a broom and a mop. Oh, and a guy walking over there. I just noticed he's walking. You realize you're sitting on top of his corpse. Oh shit. You hear a whimper. Someone else is there, a woman. Her arms are tied to the bed frame, an eye mask over her face, red marks on her back. This time you see it happen. You want to stop, but can't. She almost manages to get a scream out, but it dies in her throat as you bite into the side of her neck. You drink blood. You're drinking blood. You could swear you feel her life escaping from her body, entering yours. Suddenly terrified, you tear away from her. She's not moving, but she's breathing. There's barely a mark on her neck. The guy's on the floor, though. Yo, hey Grand Fubar, how's it going? We're just having a fun time. You double over in a spasm, realizing what you did. You feel like throwing up, but can only gag. Panic sets in as another realization dawns on you. Your heart is not beating. You put 2 fingers to your wrist, no pulse. Same thing on your neck, nothing. There is no breath coming out of your mouth. Oh shit, dog! It's time for the rebel yell! Become embraced into the Bruja clan. I want to see... Because I think that there's 3 different clans that you can get embraced in at the very beginning. Become embraced into the Ventru clan. So most people go with the Ventru. But there's also beyond the canvas, the Torador clan. Friend just sent a news article on the damage here to give you an idea of the damage assessment we did yesterday. We've estimated that over 2,000 broken poles, over 4,100 miles of line down, and approximately 4,300 trees on power lines. Jeez. Like, that's just from the wind. That's just wind. Like, fucking shit up and tossing shit around. Nature is fucking scary, dog. Yeah, well, but welcome to the stream, Grand Fubar. Jeez. that is a hell of a time for people to jump into the stream. And before people touching live lines kills more than the storm. I believe that. Although, actually, it'd probably be before this storm. I definitely know that when I was a kid, people would like to throw, like, fucking sneakers and shit on Liveline. Just watch it spark. There's no breath coming out of your mouth. You have to get out, get someone to call an ambulance. For yourself, at least. Probably too late for the dude on the floor. Did you really fucking kill him? Oh, what a mess. Yeah, bro. You look up, the door to the room is ajar. A tall, handsome, broad-shouldered man fills the entire frame. He brushes an imaginary speck of dirt off of his perfectly tailored suit as he belches from his Budweiser he holds in his hand. It was only a category 2, like, holy shit, I underestimated it. Yeah, holy shit, no kidding. We had a down line at my house when I was a kid. It took everything in my power not to fuck with it. You are totally the person who would fuck with the down line, Johnny. I can see it in your fucking eyes. I can see it in your soul. Hurricanes are fucking monsters. They're terrifying. They're brutal. They're even more brutal than vampires. And do not mess with power lines. That's the PSA today. What should I say to this guy? I guess call 911. Hey man, you gotta help me! Call 911! So that you can get arrested and reported as a jail suicide within the next, like, 24 hours, because that's the only way that plays out here, son. He surveys the room, not moving an inch from where he's standing. He shakes his head in a mock concern. Murder, assault, that's 25 to life if you're lucky. But since you're not, it's a death sentence. See you in a minute, Log. He takes a glance at his expensive-looking watch. Lucky for you, it's been a slow night. Otherwise, I might not have gotten in here in time. Come on, the sun comes up in a few hours. You don't want to be around here when it does. I need a doctor! Screw the sun, man. I need a doctor. Jeffrey Epstein can vouch for this guy. Yo, if Jeffrey Epstein can vouch for this guy, then I can totally trust him. Hi, Elitaro. Welcome to the stream. I hope that you were enjoying it. We're just playing a little bit of this spooky vampire game. I just killed a person, and a stranger is just kind of standing over me, watching me talk about him, and ask for an ambulance and stuff like that. Because I'm a good-natured boy, and I'm role-playing as a good-natured rebel boy, even though I'm a vampire killer. The man approaches you and starts talking. His tone remains unnaturally calm. Oddly enough, you find it both soothing and slightly unnerving. Now listen to me. This guy looks like Keanu Reeves. I know this is all new to you, but I've dealt with hundreds of strays like you, and I'm going by experience. They tend to fall into two categories. First, they're the smart ones. Carefully obey my every word and don't try to pull anything stupid. I always get them where they need to be, safe and sound. Nothing like the real David. This will be the ultimate role-playing challenge. I'll try. I'm not really trying to go super deep into the role-playing. I'm just kind of having fun with it. And then, the dumb ones. The punks who thought they could take me on. The wise guys who thought they could try to contact somebody secretly without permission. The troublemakers who tried to run off or make a scene. None of them got to make their destination in one piece. In fact, most of them never reached their destination at all. Hurricanes are neat when you watch them on Nat Geo. I think less so when they, like, hit your house. Or neighborhood, for that matter. His voice becomes slightly bored and monotone. You can tell he's given this speech before, likely dozens of times. So you see, while I generally consider myself pretty smart, I'm also a Mets fan. It's one of my true weaknesses. One that inspired me to come up with a 3-strike system when dealing with pups like you. If you get on my nerves once or twice, well, I understand. None of us perform well in stressful situations. Cross me 3 times, you're out. No excuses, no forgiveness, no mercy. Welcome back. As he's talking, he slowly approaches you, adding a bit of theatrical swagger to his walk. Eventually, he leans in, deliberately invading your personal space. You realize it's a test. He's daring you to do something about it. 3 strikes, and you're out. Say, I understand, sir. Now. You've never been too eager to bend the knee to anyone, but this is something else. The man's very presence instills a primal fear in your heart. Fuck you, sir! Stretch! I'll stretch while you guys tell me what I should choose. Drown. I'm drowning. Completely. Thank you. If nobody has any recommendations. I hate how humid it is down here. Oh my god, yeah. Alabama is the fucking worst with the humidity. When I went down there, it was like I was walking around in a fucking steam room compared to like the dry heat that we get here in Colorado, and the dry cold for that matter. It also makes your hands go super dry. Whatever. I understand, sir. I'll be nice to this guy for now, I guess. Because no one said fuck you. I was gonna choose it if someone told me to, and I even gave you ample time. I was stretching for a minute there, and I even had that 1, 2, 3 hydrate. Nobody gave me any recommendations, so I just went with the polite one. Glad we have an understanding. Because my figuring is that he would have either way wanted me to respect him, and I would have had to go with him either way, because either he's going to take me to the police, or I'm going to go running away, and he's going to chase me, and he's going to take me in anyway. Like, I don't know. At least that's my thinking right now, as a new 45-second latency? Oh, it's a 45-second latency? I mean, if you refresh, it might be less. My bad. Moving on, is there anyone you'd want to inform of your current situation? Tell them you're alright. He flashes his fangs briefly, and for some reason the sight sends a chill down your spine. There's something very worrying about him. Someone closest to you? My ex-girlfriend or my girlfriend? That's an interesting... What the fuck? I was like going out with like... How the f... Do I actually have a girlfriend? Because I was just like hanging out casually with like some girl last night. Johnny's gonna lurk. Thank you so much. You're gonna go get spaghetti-o'd. Oh my god. I'm so excited. If you get spaghetti-o'd, make sure you clip it and I'll watch the entire stream. You just gotta put it on YouTube for me. I just put all my streams on YouTube. You can watch them there too. I guess my current girlfriend would make more sense, right? I'm gonna go with my current girlfriend, Jessica. She's my girlfriend. The stranger's eyebrow twitches. You're lying. That's a strike. Are you kidding me? I didn't know that I was lying. You suspect why, but this isn't the time to get your pitiful self-examination. Instead, you decide to double down. Check my phone if you want, man. She's there at the top of my contacts. He looks at you suspiciously, but takes you up on your offer. Seeing the suggestive emoji Jess herself has put next to her name, he gives you an impenetrable stare. You can definitely tell something is off, but it doesn't bother to press the issue. Not enough people spent the points last night. What, are you trying to get it right away at the beginning of the stream? If you can't get it right away at the beginning of the stream, then you shouldn't do it. You have to make him do the entire stream with him spaghetti-o'd. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Suppose you two are close. Instead of giving back the phone, the man hides it in your pocket. From this point on, you're subject to different laws than the ones you grew up under, and you'll be watched by many eyes to ensure these laws are respected. You are forbidden from letting anyone know you are alive. You are forbidden from showing your face anywhere they know you. If anyone comes looking for you, it's over for both you and them. He interrupts his monotone recitation and stares deep into your eyes. So unless you want your girlfriend to end up at the bottom of the Hudson, I'd suggest you cooperate. He proudly displays his fangs again. You've put Jess in danger. God damn it. I can only hope that you care for her enough not to do anything selfish. His words are meant to imply otherwise, but by now it's obvious. He hates your guts as much as you hate his. He's itching for a fight and you're almost willing to oblige. Have to be at work in 7 hours? Dude, thank you so much for trying to enjoy our stream for just a little bit, but like, you go get some rest. God bless. Adios. Good luck. Godspeed. We were trying to interact while he was streaming and playing Gilling Floor 2 with Tesseract. Not quite enough though there, huh? Well, thank you so much for everything you do, Lonk. I hope that you really have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna shout you out one more time. Lonk the professional moron. Go follow Lonk. Lonk is a cool person. They were streaming Gauntlet Legends, which is such a fucking good underrated game. Last time that they were able to stream. It'll be a while until they stream next, but I just want to encourage them, even though it's bad times and there's no power right now, the power will come back, and so might the streams maybe. Just want to bring some love and share it. It's so close, like literally 4 followers away from getting the fucking amount that he needs for affiliate. I hope that the fort didn't take much damage from the hurricane. Yeah, me too. The military is the #1 in my list of concerns. Alright, I think that's enough for lecturing for today. We're on a bit of a schedule here. Now, I don't need to hurry, but I do need to do so in the blink of an eye. Just so that we're clear, I have the authority to end you right here, right now. This is not an idle threat. So are you going to play along, or do we have to do it the hard way? I don't know what you meant by fort. Oh, the fort. you meant like the home. I see. You're just being you're being coy about it. You're using fun and interesting terminology. I'm just gonna follow the stranger out. If I call for help, then I'm just gonna fuck myself over. Yeah, exactly. I'm confused, exhausted, on the verge of a panic attack, and he actually seems like he's ready for a fight. Yeah, fine, I'll go with you. He almost looks disappointed. A wise decision. Follow me, please, and close the door behind you. Spanish fort. Oh, fort is the place you want to do metal detectoring. I thought that it was just using the metal detector. Metal detectoring? Is that a verb? I like it. This is fucked, though. You pull the handle and close the door. The man leads you downstairs. You contemplate signaling the bald guy at the front desk, but he's too busy watching some 90s action flick on a small, ancient-looking TV. He seems totally oblivious to your presence. So the city has an 18th century Spanish fort on a hill in some woods? Oh, and you're doing metal detecting there? That's dope. I love that. They got hit the least. They actually have some power. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Your metal detectoring is safe, Grand Fubar. Not in a park or public lands. It's so funny that the fucking front desk guy is just chilling watching some fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I just want to go home. As you're walking by, your would-be kidnapper stops by the door and addresses you before opening it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking as soon as he opens the door, I'm making a run for it. Maybe I can outrun him. I'll save you the trouble. You can't. You can either get inside my car and I'll get you to where you need to be, or you can try something stupid that you'll regret later. Do I make myself clear? Why don't you turn me in? Because no one would benefit from that. Besides, I have my orders. He has orders? Interesting. He opens the door and gestures to a black Cadillac Escalade parked right outside the building. After you. Get inside the car. Following the stranger's instructions, you make your way into the car and in the passenger seat. The door locks behind you. The fact that he knows everything that I'm gonna try makes me, like, suspicious about even trying it. Inside, the Cadillac is almost entirely dark. The side windows seem light-proof. The man gets in the driver's seat, starts the engine, and drives away without a word. Did I die? This is the afterlife, isn't it? If you'd like, I could definitely send you the coordinates. Oh, okay. Just if you wanted to go on some fun metal detectoring, but only if you're still around and not already going to bed. You're not entirely wrong, but it's not what you think. He weighs his next words carefully. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not in the mood to wax poetic about a state you're in or my role in tonight's events. Just remember, if you want to survive the next 24 hours, you'll have to play along. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. It was all a fucking nightmare. Stranger smirks. Understand that this is for your own good. Times being what they are, you should consider yourself lucky. You drive in silence for about 20 minutes. As exhaustion catches up with you, the streetlights fade into a blur. Eventually, the car stops and the door opens. You emerge from your dreamlike state and find yourself in some kind of underground parking garage. You two are the only ones here. The man points to a nearby door. Go in. Make yourself comfortable. If you get hungry, again, take a look in the fridge. I'll pick you up again tomorrow, and you'll get your answers. Behind the door is a small room. No windows, just a simple bed, a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling. A small fridge is humming away in the corner, accompanied by a rattling AC fan in the wall. Guess I have to trust you. Guess I have no choice but to trust you. Took you this long to figure it out? I mean, I kind of knew it. Remember when I said you were lucky? I mean it. See, my job is to get rid of problems, but I'm not always this polite about it. This time, I was specifically told to mind my manners. So believe me when I tell you, considering how this night could have turned out, being stuck in here for a night is really a good deal. Now get in. I'll throw you in. I'm just gonna casually walk inside the room. You step inside, the stranger nods. Good night. I feel like I'm just being inducted into like the vampire code. There's no need to really fight it. I can fight it once I've been inducted. He closes the door behind you. It looks sturdy, but he's locking it. You notice claw marks all over. It looks like previous guests weren't satisfied with their stay. You decide not to dwell on it and check the fridge. There's a single plastic bag in there filled with a red liquid. No label. Tomato soup? No. You feel sick to your stomach. Best to leave it for now. You lie down on the bed. It's a simple mattress and a metal frame. You can't help but think it looks exactly like the one at the hotel and with the bound woman. Oh. Right. You killed a man tonight. Or did you? Maybe none of this is real. Maybe all of it's just an elaborate prank. The girl at the club, just might have put her up to it. Tall guy's clearly in on it too. Now he's back with them, all laughing their asses off. You don't know what to think anymore. Your mind races, but you're too tired to keep it going. Finally, you tense up one last time before drifting away into oblivion. You wake up. That in and of itself is a surprise. You barely remember when you drifted off. Didn't feel quite like sleep, more like plummeting into an endless void. You imagine that's how death feels like. The room is unchanged. The lamp is still on, the AC is rattling, the refrigerator's still humming. You take a look at your watch. It's almost 9 p.m. You slept for 17 hours straight. Maybe you died. Your breath is gone and you feel no thumping in your chest. Does that qualify as dead if you're still conscious? You're not sure about that, but you are certain about one thing. You were hungry. It's not your stomach rumbling, though. It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, and back of the head. You open the fridge. The bag is still there. Take a closer look at it. If it's soup, then its color and texture are off. You pull the cork out and take a whiff. You recognize the smell immediately. Holy shit. There's no mistaking it. It's bag blood. The smell is faint, and you remember some situations in the past where you found it nauseating, but now it's almost... Oh, it's almost enticing. Drink the blood. It feels wrong, but right now there's barely anything in your life that doesn't. To hell with it. Pour a bit of liquid into your mouth. It tastes bland. Reminds you of cheap supermarket juice. Just enough flavor to register as what it claims to be on the box, but not enough to be like the real thing. Nothing like what you had in the last time. You swallow it. Somehow you don't feel sick. In a weird, messed up sort of way, you can't help but feel nourished. Take a few more sips, and just another one. Suck on the bag, just a little more. Eventually find that you've actually emptied it entirely. You look at the info pressed into the side bag. 450 milliliters of it. Even with its blandness, you still feel like having more. You realize your body longs for that kind of intoxicating high, for that when you felt when an image of that corpse crosses over your mind, causing you to wince. What have you become? You try to piece your thoughts together, make sense of it all, when you hear the lock click and see the door open. Standing there is a well-dressed stranger, the same one you met yesterday. Immaculate suit yet again, the predatory look like a hawk on a hunt, but somehow more relaxed tonight, like a tamed hawk maybe. Good evening. Slept well? He notices the discarded empty bag. I see you had a bit of a snack. I'm still a little bit fucked up by it, but I'm just gonna ask, was that really blood? Type RHO+. Not that easy to get. Glad you liked it. So that's a universal donor right there. Come on, we've got places to be. The car is humming in the empty parking lot just outside the door of the cramped room you've spent the night in. The man motions to it, politely but with a stern look on his face. I have so many options to be a fucking insane rebel. It's actually kind of funny. I feel like I'm gonna be really polite though in this one. I might do a second playthrough where I'm fucking insane. I'm trusting you here, man. I'm touched. Sincerely. You take the back seat again. The door is locked. The stranger takes the wheel and starts the car. You drive in silence for a while. From time to time, you keep trying to catch glimpses of familiar streets or landmarks throughout the blackened windows. But it's of little use. The car is also soundproof, so all you can hear is a little bit of traffic humming in the car's engine. The driver doesn't say anything and seems focused on the road. You check the door handle. Yeah, the door is locked all right. A piece of glass separating you and the front car looks sturdy, too. There's nothing left to do but wait. You didn't have time to think about it but you realize now that you're hungry? No, that's not it exactly. It's not a rumbling stomach that grabs your attention. It's a need that starts somewhere in your abdomen and spreads to your chest, throat, and back of the head. You try to extract some information out of the man behind the wheel, but you realize you'd prefer to bask in the afterglow of your last meal. You wouldn't have expected it, but you spend the rest of the trip lost in your thoughts. A lot of them concern blood. It takes another 20 or so minutes to get to your destination. As the door opens, you try to get your bearings. You're still in New York, that much is certain. Queens, maybe? After me. No sudden movements, please. You approach a nice-looking building that houses a 2-story gallery called the Art Hole. 2 large men in suits flank the door on both sides, and they give your companion a nod as you approach. Prompted by the stranger guiding you, you walk inside. The gallery is full, which is unusual at this hour, to say the least. About 24 faces fill the showroom, and a number of waiters navigate the gathering serving drinks. Can I actually, save, I just realized? It's just a save and exit. The visitors are well dressed for the most part, but it's unclear what they have gathered here for. Nobody seems to be particularly interested in the art pieces on the walls, and the atmosphere is polite. Unnaturally so. Many guests turn to look at you and the stranger who brought you here. Their glances are varied. You see open contempt on a few faces, and animated interest on others. Most of the eyes in the room calmly observe you, as if wishing to appraise your worth. The last time you felt like this was at your previous job interview. It was like being a piece of livestock, meat, inspected from all sides for any imperfection, so your wage could be haggled down. It was dehumanizing and made you feel dirty. When they called you the next day to offer you the job, you declined. Even when you're a nobody, you become even less if you trade away your dignity for a paycheck. Memory makes you feel warmer inside even now, although the state of your blank bank account never did. Good evening, Kadir. And to you, child. His name is Kadir. The noble, cold voice takes you out of your head and back to the situation at hand. The gallery. A crowd of strangers. You being brought here against your will. For what purpose? The room awaits your response. Good evening, Miss... You are addressing the Prince of New York City, Helen Panhand, the child of Mikhaila. So wait, the prince? Okay. Helen Panhard. Prince Panhard. Thank you, my sheriff, but I am capable of introducing myself. She is somewhat plain-looking and doesn't seem to possess a great deal of charm, but still the entire room is inherently focused on her voice. She has influence over these people, that much is clear. I like how she's the prince. That's actually kind of cool. You may address me as Prince, child. I realize your introduction into unlife was abrupt, and I understand your sire left shortly after. The rules of our society dictate that I punish you both for this transgression. Both? Why me? Can be heard from the gathered audience. But I am willing to listen to what our loyal sheriff has to say about the circumstances of your embrace first. I will remain silent. If anything that I say can and will be used against me. Feels like you're out of your depth. Yeah, I literally am. Shall we begin? You are about to be judged by the court of New York City. Kadir, please tell us how you found this fledgling and what happened on your way here. Court? Prince, is this some kind of secret society make-believe? A trusted informant was chosen to remain anonymous at this time. Tipped me off about a suspicious kindred appearing in one of our domains. Upon investigating, I found them gone, but this fledgling remained in their place. The hunger made him savage a prostitute, and his client in a Bronx brothel belonging to one of the ministry. I have spoken to the Sansa about this and made sure it'll blow over. Regarding the fledgling himself, surprisingly enough, he offered little resistance last night and cooperated on our way to the safe house. I was pleased to not have to force his compliance. We had a quick chat, but wishing to appear here post-haste, I urged him to join me, which he did without struggle. Again, a pleasant departure from my usual routine. Yes, I think that was good. His thirst partially slacked with the bagged blood we kept in the safe house. We had a pleasant enough drive here. The story ends with us arriving at Elysium tonight. All eyes are on you. You take a special interest in one of the faces. It's a beautiful woman. Curly, almost blood-red hair and a dress to match. You see her whispering to some bespectacled man with an absent-minded look on his face. Who is she, you wonder? Thank you, Kadir. I take note of this fledgling's behavior and will take it into consideration later. She turns her attention to you. First, there is the matter of your sire. The person who brought you where Kadir picked you up last night. Who were they? A woman. A Latina woman, very radical unless she convincingly lied to me. She was special, extraordinary. She had a fire, conviction, temper. She seduced me, easily in fact. Made me think she wanted me. I fell for it and now I'm here. Feels awkward talking to a room full of strangers about what seemed like a random one-night stand at the time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not to mention that even though the Latina made an impression on you for sure, her face is already fading from your mind. You realize she never even told you her name. Well, Kadir, does that sound familiar? No, it does not. Or at least not familiar enough. I will continue the search after we're done here. Oh, I can give them a lead. The receptionist she spoke to may know her. That chick, she rented a room at the motel. Talk to the receptionist. He might know something about her. Unlikely. But regardless, thank you for that observation. I will investigate this later. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation, my sheriff? The traditions are clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. Thou carest another without thine elder's leave, both thou and thy progeny shall be slain. I am ready to fulfill my duty. Stay your hand for just a moment longer, Kadir. I wish to consult my council. Make sure everyone is in agreement. Of course. He seems strangely relieved. The prince leaves the main showroom, and a handful of people follow her out. You're about to ask this Kadir what all of the traditions and the councils were. The red-haired woman approaches the two of you. Sophie. Sheriff, I was wondering if I could have a word with the fledgling. What for? She lowers her voice in response. Come now, Kadir. We all know what the verdict is going to be. Please speak to them. You might not have to stain your hands tonight after all. Her words grab his attention. His face is hard to read. It's like several emotions are struggling for domination, anger, sadness, hope, gratitude, resolve. I'll go get my sword. He steps out of the room the way you came, and you are left in the showroom with the woman in the red dress. She takes you aside, and the eyes of the remaining guests follow. Well then, fledgling, you are in quite the pickle. What is this circus? What do you... I mean, I know that... What is this? The hell is with this party for rich sickos? Looks like something straight out of a conspiracy theory. Everyone here knows a thing or two about conspiracies, but we don't have time to discuss those right now. So, I'll be sticking to what concerns you most directly. You know, that life or death thing. Last night you became a vampire. Oops. Wait, what? I like how I'm like, wait, vampires are real? That's what that was? Yeah, buddy, catch up. Oh yes, I'm well aware of how ridiculous that sounds. It's the reason why we have the nicer words for it. Kindred. Being embraced. Having a sire. The fact remains. The beings called vampires. You're looking at them. They're us. You glance around. Some of the guests are still occasionally looking at you, commenting on you in hushed tones. Many of the patrons are pale, really pale. Most hold up glasses of wine. No, not wine. It's not the right thickness, and that's not the right color either. Trying to come up with something sensible to say, but drawing a blank. Makes a morbid kind of sense. I mean, you drank blood last night, there's no denying it. Your breathing has not returned, your heart remains still. A vampire. Two voices in your head start battling for supremacy. One of them slowly begins to put everything that happened since yesterday together, coming to a conclusion that no matter how insane it might seem, nothing about what she said makes sense. The other voices just kept saying, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" on repeat. You're surprised. Obviously. I mean, this is often how it plays out by design. Kadir deliberately keeping you in the dark and all. If we do nothing, you will be cut down, as sure as the day follows night. But I'm here to offer you a chance. A way out. Under one condition. I will take you under my wing, and if you're lucky, the prince will be in a good mood tonight, and your deference to Kadir will work in your favor. She might agree to this, but only if you swear fealty to me. I'm not making this offer lightly. As your patron, I will take responsibility for you. Your actions will reflect on me, but negatively will. I will make sure you face the consequences. So what happens if I refuse? What happens if I agree? That's a good question, actually. Suppose I say yes. What happens then? You survive, hopefully. Or not, depending on the prince's whim. I'm giving you a chance, not a guarantee. But if you take me on as your patron, I will be your guide in this new reality. And if you will assist me like a child would a sire... Steps and hushed voices can be heard from the side room. It seems that the prince and her council are returning to the showroom. Kadir appears from downstairs as well and starts walking towards you. When you hear the verdict, ask to be spared. I will intervene. Remember my condition. She flashes a heart-melting smile toward Kadir, who does not smile back. The sheriff's immaculate suit is now complemented by a curved, oriental-looking metal scabbard, fastened with a colorful sash around his waist. It would look vaguely ridiculous if it wasn't surprisingly intimidating first and foremost. Kadir takes his place next to you and observes the prince take center stage again. Loyal kindred of New York City Camarilla, gathered here tonight, I have made my decision regarding this fledgling. She briefly addresses you. I want you to know that this was not an easy decision to make. For your part, I have not done anything to earn our ire. I do not feel a genuine sorrow. I do feel a genuine sorrow for what must be done. Oh, hello.
Thank you so much for taking care of the sink.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate you being the man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I took care of the sink in the bathroom. We are all keenly aware that these nights we need... Where was I? We are all keenly aware that these nights we need to close our ranks and trust the wisdom of our elders and their traditions more than ever before. There is no place for tolerating dissent when our very existence is under constant threat, although I acknowledge some of my council's divergent opinions on this. She takes a look specifically at one of the people who left the room before, a rather plainly dressed, shy-looking man, whose skin had a somewhat healthier tone. He bows his head in deference. I hold the final authority over this fledgling's fate, and I declare that while their embrace might be the sire's responsibility, in their absence it is their progeny that must be punished. The sentence is final death, to be resolved presently. Kadir? Can I save? There's a dictionary? Huh. And that's just like a log of the text. Okay. It is a beautifully detailed blade, which you must expect is worth a small fortune. Its apparent sharpness makes you freeze up. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. His quiet mumble is audible to nobody but you. As his eyes meet yours, you note just a hint of sadness in his countenance, one that quickly vanishes to give way of grim determination. And he's out to bat. He will not get another chance to speak up. Ooh, what should I do? If anyone is watching, I will do whatever they tell me to. It might be interesting just to remain silent. Does anyone want me to just remain silent? Here, well, I'm gonna take a quick little second to catch my breath here, get some water, and make sure that this is like that. You know what? I've got some like delicious little sweethearts here. I'm thinking that actually remaining silent would be interesting, and if they immediately kill me, then I could just restart. But I also feel like this might be a test to like get me to pledge my loyalty or something, to see if like I will ask for mercy or just willingly accept my punishment. Grand Fubar says IDK. Does that mean that I should throw it to random? I think I just kind of want to be killed. I bet there's an achievement for it, you know what I mean? If I don't get any other responses, I think I'll do that. I mean, if I die, then that's probably a wrong answer. I'm just gonna remain silent. I mean, I'm probably gonna get executed right here. You meet the red-haired woman's gaze. She's looking at you expectantly. You sink in despair. You are dead. She confirmed as much. And now you're expected to become a slave? Your life is over. That's all there is to it. Whatever this nightmare is, it's time for it to end. Maybe it's all just a bad dream, waiting for you to wake up. The blade slashes through your neck in a single clean cut. There is no stirring from this uneasy sleep. It's just an endless void of nothingness. An endless void of nothingness. An endless void of nothingness. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Game over. That was the wrong answer, but I did get an achievement for it, so that means that it was the right answer. Oh hey, look, there's the credits. Are you kidding me? Wait, new game? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I'm gonna be the better backs. Skip all this shit, yeah. I don't need this. And now I'm going to be a complete asshole. Yes, yes, then I kill the woman. Then she dies. Then I eat the prostitute. Delicious. Look, bro, this is not what it looks like. Bro, look, bro. Out of the way! Call's been made. I am the help. He surveys the room. Murder, assault. That's 25 to life if you're lucky. Come on, the sun comes up in a few hours. Sun... What's the matter when the sun comes up? Ah, so you don't even know. You should be glad I made it here. And you should make yourself scarce. The man approaches you and starts talking. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna try to run. Fuck you, sir. With all due respect, go fuck yourself. Strike one. Watch the language, whelp. Moving on. Is there anyone you'd want to inform of your current situation? Tell them who you're alright? He flashes his fangs briefly, and for some reason the sight sends a chill down your spine. Someone closest to you? My ex-girlfriend. Jessica, my ex-girlfriend. She kinda hates my guts, but yeah, I suppose it would be her. Stranger gives you a puzzled look and decides to prod further. The closest person in your life hates your guts. This time something resembling a look of pity. He turns to his eyes on the corpse on the floor. When it rains, it pours, I guess. Well, if you'd like to ruin her day and let her know you're alright, give her the phone number. I'll have someone take care of it, discreetly, of course. You hand him your smartphone so he can copy the number from your list of contacts. Thank you. This will be useful in illustrating my next point. Instead of giving you back your phone, the man hides it in his pocket. From this point on, you are subject to different laws, and ones you grew up under. I know about this. Punch the stranger! You throw a punch, hoping to stagger him. He sees it coming a mile away, and his hand shoots up and grabs you. You really shouldn't have done that. Worth it. It was worth a shot, asshole. A dog as stupid as you deserves to be put down. You feel the bones in your wrist crack under the man's iron grip. You yelp in pain, feeling your arm snap like it was being crushed in a vice. He's not human. He's not even human. He's not human. He's not human. You know what? I don't care anymore. I count that as strike 3. For a split second, it all becomes a blur. Suddenly, you feel a sharp pain in your chest. You realize you can't move a muscle. The man throws you over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes and carries you out of the room. You can only see snippets zooming in and out. No one stops the man as he carries your helpless body out of the building and throws it in the back of a black car. You drift out of consciousness. Everything goes dark again. An endless void of nothingness. Lie out of my ass was an option, but I wanted to do that first, because I figured it would kill me. An endless void of nothingness, an endless void of nothingness. Suddenly, your chest explodes with an excruciating ache. Oh shit, wait, what? Suddenly, a wet squelch sound rings out in your ears. Then your chest explodes with an excruciating ache. You disembodied, you find yourself being slowly entrapped by a horrifying dead flesh. Then resurrection. You suck air through your teeth as you wake, hoping that it was all just a nightmare. The gas doesn't bring you any comfort as you quickly realize it's nothing more than a residual instinct. You don't actually breathe in nor out, and your heart is still as it was. Sight comes back to you as you focus on the features of an unfamiliar room. No windows, just a simple bed, a single light bulb hanging from the ceiling, and a small humming fridge and a rattling AC fan in the wall. You notice claw marks on the inner side of the entrance door. I'm still alive. Rise and shine, fledgling, you've got places to be. You're startled by the sound of the stranger's voice. There he is, standing in the doorway expectantly. His suit is immaculate as yesterday, but his presence strikes you as even more malevolent than before. God, yeah, he's pissed off because of yesterday. You remember the last thing you felt while looking at his face, the bones in your hand being crushed like an oozing pulp. You look at your fingers, but they're almost fully mended with just a bit of bruising. Is your mind playing tricks on you? Screw you, buddy. Despite your previous misbehavior, I'm offering you a polite handshake, whelp. Before we leave, you will return it either willingly or with your hand being torn off your body. Your choice. The man glances at his watch and then turns his eyes to you again. You're expected. Get in the car. You have more questions? Where I'm taking you, you'll get the answers. Probably more than you're ready to handle. I'm dead, right? Can you at least acknowledge I'm dead? It's a philosophical conundrum that I don't feel competent to solve. Medically speaking, you are deceased, and yet you're still standing here, talking, thinking, stalling. Enough is enough. Are you getting inside the car, or are you really, really willing to risk a 4th strike in this match? Fucking hijack the car. You push past the stranger and rush to the driver's door. You open the car and reach for the keys. A strong, firm grasp on the shoulders yanks you back violently. You're thrown to the cold concrete out of the car. The man produces a sharp piece of wood from his pocket and slams it into your chest. A familiar feeling, sharp pain, muscles tensing, paralysis, then a feeling of all-encompassing exhaustion. You can see the trunk of the car opening, then the trunk closing with your body inside. The last thing that you sense is the engine starting. Back in the familiar void. The squelching sound, yet again. Feeling returns to my limbs. Sight and hearing follow. I'm in a brightly lit room, paintings on the wall, soft music, an art gallery. The stranger is there holding a stake in his hand. There are more people too, many more, all staring at you. Get up. You stand up, about 24 faces observe your every move, and a number of waiters navigate the gathering, serving drinks, none of them acknowledging the people they're attending. The guests are well dressed, mostly, but it's unclear why they're gathered here. Nobody seems particularly interested in the art pieces. They're here for you. I think the fledgling is ready to take your questions, Prince. You look at the stranger he's addressing. You expect a man, a somewhat plain-dressed looking woman. So it would seem, Kadir. Good evening, child. Not a child. You're calling a child. Prince of New York City, Helen Panhard, child of Mikalasa, is addressing you, whelp. You will show respect. Thank you, my sheriff, but I'm capable of introducing myself. She doesn't seem to possess a great deal of charm, but the entire room is intently focused on her voice. She has influence over these people. That much is clear. You shall address me as Prince, child. I'm told you are proven to be quite a burden to our dear Sheriff Kadir this night. And it's not your first attempt at escaping the proper order of things, too. Truly, you seem to be unruly to the point where it might read as suicidal. Hushed voices fill the room. One of the faces catches your eye. It's a beautiful woman with curly, almost blood-red hair, and a dress to match. You see her leaning over to some bespectacled man, and she looks at you briefly but with interest. It's the girl from before. There's one thing that only you may know. Your sire, the person who brought you here, or who brought you where Kadir picked you up last night, who were they? Doesn't matter. Why does it matter? They're gone, right? They left me here, then they let me kill a bystander. They have broken our laws and made you an unwilling accessory to their crime. If you can help identify them, then it might improve your standing with us. Trust me, it's the only sensible thing to do. Something in her voice makes you trust her. You realize there is no reason to oppose her, none at all, and you hear yourself speak. A Latina woman, very radical unless she convincingly lied to me. She was special, extraordinary. Extraordinary. She had fire, conviction, temper. She seduced me, in fact. I already read this. I don't need to lie out my ass when I can just get myself beat up and regenerate because I'm a vampire. How did this prince persuade you with such an easy fucking thing? Well, Kadir, that sound familiar? No, it does not. Not familiar enough. Can I go now? No, definitely not. What shall I do with the fledgling, my prince? What is your recommendation, my sheriff? The traditions are clear. Thou shalt only sire another with the presentation of the elder. Blah, blah, blah. I shall consult my council. Make sure everyone is in agreement. You're about to ask this Kadir what talk of traditions and councils when the red-haired woman approaches you. This red-haired woman's gonna talk to me. She's gonna try to convince me to be her servant. I'll do fine on my own. I don't need allies. I do fine on my own. That's where you're wrong. You found yourself in a den of monsters, and you don't know it yet. You think you know you're in for it, but last night you became a vampire. I know that. You'll make me your servant? Sheriff's immaculate, who's now competent. Okay. This time I'm going to, because this is my rebellious run, I'm going to try to escape the gallery and see if it works. Last chance. Sophie's gaze. The red-haired woman is disappointed after realizing you're not about to speak up. Last chance. The eyes of the crowd focus on you. They know what's coming. They're waiting for it excitedly. Last chance. The sheriff's ridiculous sword raised above you, menacing, inevitable? Last chance, last chance, last chance. You run. It's a desperate, ugly, panicked sprint. In a split second, the world around you spins. You tumble awkwardly. You hear gasps. The crowd divides into those who pretend to be disgusted by the sight and those who take it in unabashedly. There on the floor, 2 legs cut cleanly above the knees. Oh shit, dog. Here is where you're lying on the ground. The stumps end at the ground in the middle of your thighs. You want to scream, but Kadir's oriental blade cuts through your vocal cords before they make any sound. Darkness for good this time. As far as your legs can carry you. I kind of wanted to just find that out. That was fun. That was fun. Alright, while I get back to the fucking area that I was just at, I'm just gonna actually take a quick Colorado meatball and run a quick 60-second ad. So, I'll be right back. And then I'll also just kind of skip through a lot of the dialogue, so you're not gonna be really missing much if you don't have ad block. Braja. Ah, shit.
New York taught me to believe in fate. Fate in the vampire world, and it's all about choosing, killing, and the whole adventure.
I guess there's one act of rebellion that I am gonna accomplish. I'm gonna lie. Otherwise, that voice grabbed my attention. What did I miss? I basically just have been getting killed repeatedly at my vampire initiation. That's all that's really happened. Give me 1 sec. Let's see here, what have I gotten? Damned if you don't. As far as my legs can carry me. A face only a mother can love. I wonder what that's about. And I'm getting some of the rarer achievements though, look at that. Look, bro. This is not what it looks like. Look, this isn't what it looks like. That's good to hear because where I'm standing, it looks like you're in a world of trouble. Fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. Language whelp. The man approaches you and starts talking, his tone remains unnaturally calm. And he's given this speech before. What are you talking about? No, and that's strike 2, by the way. Moving on, is there anyone you want to inform of your current situation? Tell them you're alright? You want me to lie out my ass? I still haven't lied out my ass. Fuck it. Jerry. Jerry. Yes. And who is this Jerry? Your frantic mind is drawing a blank. Well, Jerry is a man of many faces. He's a real stand-up guy. He's a real busy bee. The stranger gives you a tired stare. Lying to me is a strike, well, and that's strike 3. You're just a rabid dog. You need to be put down. Hey, this is good. It actually skips a lot of dialogue. Resurrection. What happened? Fulfill my sacred duty as a judge, jury, and executioner. You went against my rules, and I meted out my punishment. The man glances at his watch and then turns his eyes to you again. You're expected. Get in the car. You have more questions? Where I'm taking you, you'll get more answers. Probably more than what you're ready to fucking find out and handle. Can let me go. An awkward silence fills the room. A handful of seconds later, he breaks it. Not even you could be dumb enough to think it would work. I'm struggling to come up with a single instance in the history of our whole wide world that this line actually brought the desired results. Just testing me, aren't you? Actually, wait, no, hold on. Can I see this? Take me where I'm taking you, you'll get the answers. Probably more than you're ready to handle. You can let me go, I promise I won't tell anyone. Alright, you're free. It's just like, there's no way you're actually just gonna come with me. He's like, there's no way. Like, that's not how this works. Are you getting inside the car, or are you really, really willing to risk a fourth strike in this match? Get inside the car. It's gonna be sick. I'll tell you not to ruin the upholstery, but I don't think you're capable of retching at this point anyway. Don't worry about it. Oh man, given the chance. I probably like leaked all of my fucking stomach fluids when he took me out and threw me over like a potato sack. Wait, a few minutes later the sight of your open ribcage becomes just another part of a spectacle you feel wholly disassociated from, so I can actually see my ribcage. No breath, no heartbeat, and now a gaping wound with no blood coming out of it. It all makes sense in some perverse way. In a fugue-like state, you start touching it like it was somebody else's body. You drive in silence for a while. You keep trying to catch glimpses of familiar streets or landmarks, blah, I've seen this. After a while, it transforms into an overwhelming... Oh wait, no, this is different. This is much different than before. You're trying to catch glimpses of familiar streets or landmarks. It's of little use. The car is soundproof, so all you can hear is little humming traffic in the engine. The driver doesn't say anything, and you stay focused on the road. You check on the door handle. Yeah, the door is locked alright. The piece of dark glass is separating you and the door. Okay. You don't have time to think about it before, but you realize you're hungry? No, not exactly. Rumbling stomach that grabs your attention. It's a need that starts somewhere. Oh, this is the vampire need. After a while, the need transforms into an overwhelming wave of anger. You clench your fist and jaw. You kick at the wall and driver. You feel like screaming. Keep it in, buddy. You need to... You need to be careful because you're on strike 4. Catches his eye. Are you scheming or something? Keep your impotent rage in check and I'll do it for you. Impotent? Just you watch, bastard. Kick the wall. Kick at the wall again, stronger this time. You hear something crack. Is it a dent you made? The car comes to a stop. My patience is wearing thin, fledgling. One last chance. Settle down. Stay silent. You don't respond, instead looking intently where you think the man's eyes are now. Are you done? No more obscenities to throw around? Urge to wreck the car gone? Good, keep it that way. You only glare at him in response. Good. He starts the engine again. You feel exhausted. The anger that you erupted with is now just a smoldering fire, but your hunger remains. It takes you another 20 or so minutes to get to your destination. As the door opens, you try to get your bearings. You're still in New York, that much is certain. Queens, maybe. After me, no sudden movements, please. You approach a nice-looking building that houses a 2-story gallery called the Art Hole. I've seen this. Excuse me, what? The Prince of New York City, Helene Panhard, child of Mieka. Whatever. It's the same dialogue that she always gives. I don't understand. I think it shall all become clear momentarily. You are pushed head first into a world you have not realized the existence of, but before you can partake in it, there needs to be a trial. You're about to be judged, blah blah blah, by a court. It's not a real court, it's just kind of a fake court, a bull court, a buffalo court, a monkey court, it's bird court. A trusted informant who has chosen to remain anonymous this time has tipped me about a suspicious kindred appearing in one of our domains. Yep. Fledgling proved to have been quite the nerve and unruly tongue. Could it be expected this young kindred's instinct got the better of him, and I had to use force to make him comply, as evidenced by the damage to his garments. You can hear somebody chuckle. If you glance at the hole in your t-shirt, you realize the damage to your chest is almost gone, as if it mended on its own. That first lesson proved sufficient, and he did not oppose me tonight. The drive here was somewhat eventful, with a bit of damage to my car's upholstery to get fixed. Thankfully, this young pup managed to control his anger before I had to intervene. The story ends with us arriving at Elysium tonight. All eyes are on you again. You take a special interest in one of the faces. It's a beautiful woman with curly, almost blood-red hair. She's talking to some guy. It's the matter of your sire, the person who brought you in. Who were they? A feisty woman. Do I know about sire? No. I'm not gonna tell him about the receptionist this time. It's as much as you're getting out of me. What now? It's time to decide your fate, fledgling. What shall I do with the fledgling? Okay, Sophie's gonna have a moment with me. What was that about a sword? Last night you became a vampire. I am well aware of how ridiculous that may sound. It's true, though. You really are. Don't be surprised. What if I refuse? I believe what the prince will ordain, and I am certain that Kadir will do his duty. You, my poor fledgling, will die, for good this time. With me, there's a chance you will not. I can be your guide. Looks like I have no choice. I've got to go with Sophie. Ask for mercy, please. I'm not going to down like this, damn it. Spare me! Prince, if I may ask you to stay the sheriff's hand a while longer. Kadir looks at the prince, awaiting her response. The sword is still hanging above you, threatening to fall at a moment's notice. Is there something you'd like to say, Miss Langley? Yes, if I may. At first the prince looks somewhat annoyed at the distraction, but she stays quiet for a while, measuring the mood in the room. Bored elites suddenly look at you with aroused interest, some of them dismayed at not seeing the bloodshed, but all intrigued by the unexpected twist. Prince nods. Well, let's hear it. Sophie takes a few steps forward. All eyes are on her now, but Kadir's heavy hand on your shoulder makes it clear you won't take advantage of this distraction. My prince, while the traditions are clear, I believe that the proper context should be observed in addition to the letter of our laws. This fledgling is a burden, but with proper guidance they can become an asset to our domain. And I understand that you are volunteering to take this unruly child under your protection. Yes, I am willing to give them a chance, and to provide the entire domain that they can adhere to our expectations. That was a weird sentence. It will take nothing less than the full cooperation, naturally. Whispers can be heard again, an incredulous voice or two. A hushed, just behead the fucker. Some suppressed exclamations of surprise. Silence. I ask all of you to make note of this moment. I might be persuaded to bend one tradition in this child's favor, but another will have to be enforced even more firmly in its stead. Until thy progeny shall be released, thou shalt command them in all things. Their sins are thine to endure. Are you certain that's a responsibility you wish to shoulder, Miss Langley? You're banned from texting in Gaff's channel. Rip. Well, welcome over. Good game. You made it. I'm willing to guide this fledgling and add a valuable ally to our sect in a time of need, yes. I would like to receive the right of destruction over them, if it pleases you. Ooh. Destruction! Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, dude. What the fuck? It's like getting banned in the US Army Twitch channel. Oh, dude. That's like, I feel like that's like a speedrun that people should do. And the post part is I'm suicidal. I hope you're not, buddy. I hope that you're hanging in there. I love you. I love you, TJ. Give me a chance to prove myself, Prince. A speedrun. How fast can I get banned? I'm just gonna remain silent. It's clear tensions are high. It feels surreal to listen to strangers discussing your death, or second death, apparently. You didn't know that it was a speedrun? You decide it's for the best to let Sophie handle this and not interject. You have no idea how to handle their eyes wide shut crowd. Prince looks at you as if weighing your worth. She takes another good measure of the room before she speaks again. I shall grant you what you ask. Let it be known, Sophie Langley of the Clan of Rose will become this fledgling's patron. They shall be considered like sire and child. Mrs. Langley will take full responsibility for them, and I shall grant her the right of destruction, if she sees fit to use it. I try not to be porno. It might have biting in it, though. Let my intentions be clear, however. If I am to turn a blind eye on one of our most important traditions on this occasion, I expect it to be beneficial to the Camarilla. Substantially so. I hope that you find this verdict satisfactory, Miss Langley. Of course, Prince. Thank you. Very well. She turns to you. What is your name, child? I forgot that my name is even better. Oh, even better, Prince. She nods. Welcome to the Camarilla, even better. Now, this evening proved to be more eventful than I anticipated, but with the fledgling's fate decided, I believe our meetings here can conclude. Thank you all for appearing on such short notice. Give my regards to those who couldn't make it. Kadir, a moment of your time before I let you return to your duties. Thank you, Natural Light Seltzer, for sponsoring these burps. Of course, Prince. He shoots you a side glance that doesn't leave so much as a space for interpretation, and he says it in a weird voice. You will be watched, and you will be judged. And if need be, you will be punished. Two of them leave the gallery, speaking in Mickey Mouse voices. Well, even better. I think we're both already managed to significantly improve each other's evenings. But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? I think we should have a toast to a new fruitful partnership. Ooh, my channel is better! Thank you, I'd like you. Conversations always go down like this, where I am bloodied up by a vampire man who threw me over his shoulder like he was in the WWE Wrestling League and broke my arms and shattered my ribcage. But the good news is that now I'm in a relationship with Sophie, so it doesn't even matter that I'm all bloody. And it doesn't even matter that I'm basically just a simp for Sophie. I'm just a vampire simp. Adventures of Vampire Simp. Here. She raised her hand at one of the well-dressed concierges who had now reappeared at the showroom to refill the guest glasses. The conventionally handsome man approaches with a carafe of red liquid. He pours it in 2 glasses. You can barely wait until he hands you the drink. Your attention is fully on it. The fact that it's your blood, you're certain of it, doesn't faze you this time. Wait, what? It's my blood? Okay. While Sophie sips her drink, you realize this thirst, no, this hunger, can only be satiated by drinking the whole glass in almost a single gulp. Posture check! Here. I was just thinking that maybe I might be able to, like... Maybe this might help my posture. Except do something else, like not play this video game? Too bad. I have candy, though. Get some sweethearts. Kadir has been starving you, hasn't he? Let's see if I can do something about that. You know, actually, I do want to do Katamari, but I don't own Katamari on anything except for the Switch. My brother owns the Katamari reroll. It's the only way I can play it. It'll be fun, though. It's a good game. It's also really fun to watch, just casually. But I have to do these for the bundle. Candy, okay, Pete. P-E-D, Pete. That's right. Or Pez, Pete. She motions again. The man returns and gives you a refill. This time you find yourself having more control. You take a sip. Savor it. It's smoky and warm. Makes you think of a cozy cabin in the woods. Kind of makes you forget that it's blood. It does strike you as a strange image for your mind to jump to in drinking human blood. But it is what it is. You've never tasted anything like it. Do you like it? I think New York City caterers have very bourgeois ideas about what good blood should taste like. Did you hear that? I said the B word. The bourgeois word. Ooh, how delightful. Apologies. You must have so many questions. While we're on the topic, perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance. Stretch? What? I thought that he said that he got banned for saying that he was like feeling like suicidal or something, but I don't know if that was just a troll, because I do know that you do troll, but I'm okay with trolls because that means that they get add to my viewer count, you know? At least where I'm at right now. It kind of makes the chat a little bit more interesting too. It makes a little bit more going on. Thank you for the stretch. I'm just stretching out my legs a little bit there. Ooh, that felt good. Perhaps we should start with those related to sustenance. What if I refuse to drink? Say I don't feel cool about drinking people's blood. What happens if I just stop? Understand your will to revolt against this baser instinct. Vividly remember the painful process of rearranging my morality around it after my embrace. The simple truth is this. You do not feed, your hunger grows. stronger the hunger is, the more the beast within begins to stir. And when it awakens, it will take what it craves. Only you won't have a say in who and how or who. You troll by making me stretch and being healthy. I appreciate that. Oh, and also, hey, is the dead one of your friends who is in love, and I love him, so good. You are one of the one who has never met him, and he has. Yeah, that seems right. I've seen that before. As much as it might sicken you, this is your only source of sustenance now. No matter how much you drink, you will always be tempted to have more. You have to learn to control it, mind. Best start by taking a single sip from a vessel. Be prudent. Hot, fresh blood will be more satiating than anything else that can be served in a fancy glass, but it can make you more voracious. As to how much you should have, it depends. If you're frugal, you can survive many nights without a single drink, but it's risky and it will tempt the beast. Tomorrow I shall take you hunting and we will explore this topic further. The blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you at ease for now. Thanks again for doing a little research. No problem, I always do a little bit of research. Blood you're having tonight should be enough to keep you at ease. So I'm expected to follow your lead. You mentioned a beast. What do you mean by hunting? What do you mean by hunting? Did you say hunting as in hunting hounds and funny hats hunting? Nothing of the sort. Don't be silly. We are predators, but we are civilized. And most importantly, there is the masquerade to consider. I will get back to that. A hunt may take many forms. There are those of us who seduce kine. Kine? What is that? A new dictionary definition? Unread? No? Oh no, there it is. Kine, on the bottom. A term for mortals, largely contemptuous. The phrase, kindred in kine, refers to those at large and everything. Oh, interesting. I can send you what he said in Gaffaker's stream that banned him over there, but I think you can guess from what you've seen in the last few minutes. I'm actually kind of curious. I want to know what pushed the bar. What was a little bit too far. I'm okay with you putting it in chat. We want to see this. Sounds like a copy pasta I haven't seen yet. Ready for one more, sir? I suppose so. I suppose I have to brace myself. Up to including the motions of intercourse if you like it. Oh, really? So they actually, like, do the whole thing and then they do the bite. Others prefer to feed under the guise of a mugging or assault. Some have herds of retainers for the purpose of feeding. Drinking from sleepers in their homes is not uncommon. Blood banks are an option for the few that can tolerate it, though they are frowned upon. Yeah, that makes sense. So a retainer is a human who serves a vampire master. They rarely go without a few of these mortals, both for the convenience and protection. I was typing like this job is the most powerful in all aspects and the qualities. That's a pretty good one. I would show one of my fastest bands, but it's not safe for what is that? Life? Not safe for life? You want to see? It's going to be one of the few things sent shortly after each other. Read this. You are what you eat. I'm a pussy. Damn right. I love pussy. I'm rude. I'm a pussy. how do you know that I am not the one to say anything about this or anything this is wrong, but that is the best? So that's exactly what he said before he was banned? It's not that bad. You know, everybody likes some wet ass pussy every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? That's funny. Anyway, some have herds of retainers for the purpose of feeding, drinking from sleepers in their homes is not uncommon. Blood banks are an option for the few that can tolerate it. They are frowned upon. Okay, whatever. You will need to identify these opportunities and decide for yourself whether to pursue them, but make no mistake, you will have to hunt to survive. The concierge returns. Ask for permission to intrude, which Sophie gives with a polite smile and leans in to whisper in her ear. You note that the gallery is now almost empty. I'm being told that the gallery is about to close, but we now have quite a lot to discuss. We'll go to one of my apartments. My jalopy is waiting downstairs. Come. It was just being very trolly and coming off as a young kid in a stream that has an adult content warning. Oh, that's actually very fair. And here I was expecting direct messages. Yeah, I know. I was expecting something a little bit more explicit. But it does make sense. It's just a younger kid, having fun, being edgy. We're all edgy when we're young. Find it hard to argue. Even though you're still suspicious of her authority over you, her charm momentarily wins you over. Sophie leads you to a luxurious silver Rolls-Royce and invites you to sit in the back. The chauffeur, a broad-shouldered, clean-shaven, middle-aged guy, starts driving immediately. Otto held a mask? Bitch, hoe, whore, who's damn sexy porno? I'll deny it. I've added block term, fuck sexy porno shit, bitch, hoe, whore, damn. You've heard the prince refer to our traditions, the chief among them is the Masquerade. As you might have gathered from us assembling at a niche gallery after closing time, our comings, goings, and doings tend to be somewhat secretive. We do not advertise our existence. We allow myths, modern fiction, to morph and muddle the facts. So the vast majority of keen, we remain... Alright, it's just suddenly becoming this sort of weird accent. I don't know where this is. Maybe Armenia? We remain bedtime stories and pop culture icons. Say, is that one television show about a vampire angel still popular? You shake your head in confusion. She shrugs and continues talking, looking a little bit more dejected than before. Our clandestine ways help us remain safe, allow us to explain the occasional trip up to the rational minds of the 21st century humanity and dictate much of our interaction with mortals. That's funny, shits. I only blocked it because I don't want to set precedent. So, fun question, was anyone else a terrible person on the internet like 15 years ago? I mean, like, I wasn't really like a terrible person, but I did hang out with a lot of that kind of crowd. So, I hung out on this one forum that was full of people that got banned from the Minecraft forums and a bunch of other forums, and I just chatted with them for a long time. Even the trolls were kind of fun. Anyway, dictate much of our interactions with mortals. 15 years ago, I was 25, just a terrible person in general. Is your driver a vampire too? So if it's such a secret, then I'm guessing that your driver is a vampire too? Oh, dear Gregory here? No, not a vampire, although he is a loyal servant, and as such is trusted not to spill our secrets left and right. You'll realize with time that such help is welcome. Gregory watches over me during the day hours. Sun burns our kind, and that's why we have to take our rest when it rises. It's more akin to being dead than asleep, and I'm sure you've already experienced it. Not everything you've heard about vampires is true. Some more folk-related threats are just legends, or occasionally a minor nuisance. Garlic, running water, Religious symbols don't really repel us, unless the wielder is a uniquely pure and godly being. Stakes through the heart, though, that's something to avoid. They do not destroy, but they do paralyze us. Your girlfriend wants to cuddle, so you're typing slow or either making out. Oh, I believe you, buddy, 100%. You had fun being terrible and some of the shit that you learned carried over. Yeah. I try to learn and not to repeat the actions of my past self. You're familiar with the sensation, I'm sure. You see her point to the closed wound in your chest, though the tattered clothes where the stake entered are more of a reminder of your defiance at this point than any pain or discomfort. For a second, you expect your heart to beat faster, then you remember it's impossible. That's just another reason to have somebody like trusty old Gregory making sure you're safe when you drift away. You have many enemies, and they often know their advantage lies with daylight. She caught me watching porno. Well, that's why you shouldn't watch porno while you're making out, bruh. Bruh. They often know their advantage lies with daylight. Do vampires watch each other's backs? In moderation, human friends are good. At best, they don't know your true nature. Also, I would say that subordinates are useful, but friends? I've had one of those for many years now. A little sect supplies social interactions aplenty, but it doesn't really encourage friendships. Alliances of convenience to be broken at whim, yes, that's more like it. Was it the good or bad kind of porn? No, she took my phone and looked up. It doesn't seem like a very good... If she's like really mad about it, it must be a really bad porn. Long-term solidarity does not occur in Camarilla. We are a very politicized organization by necessity. Loyalty is to your sire, to your prince, to the sect. Friends must remain at a distant priority at best for us to maintain the masquerade and thrive as the years pass. Age comes authority. With it comes influence and power, if you wish to reach for them. That's true, you can incognito that shit, and video game porn does exist. That is a real thing. I would not recommend looking it up if you're, you know, not underage. If you are underage, that's what I'm trying to say. She seems to be lost in thought and falls silent for a while, leaving you to ponder all the things you've learned tonight. It still feels absolutely unreal, but as piece after piece of knowledge falls into place, the image becomes almost like an entirely logical jigsaw puzzle. Whatever you wouldn't believe on your own, you've witnessed. Oh, Overwatch porn? That's everywhere, bro. It's alright, I guess. It's just like, when that game came out, it was just fucking everywhere. I mean, you couldn't, there was like a Pornhub thing that, like, a statistic that they released on Twitter that was like the amount of people that started searching for Overwatch, like, was in the millions when that game came out. Like, more people, I think, know about the porn of Overwatch than the actual game in some cases. The car stops. You are in the city, in front of an old but well-renovated apartment building. We're here. Would you like to see your lodgings? I like that Grand Fubar is just, like, not about this. How long do you expect me to stay here? An apartment? Neat! That's neat. Consider it the first of my many gifts that I'm able to grant in exchange for loyalty. Come upstairs. A New York apartment can't be cheap. She leads you through the small hall with a night guard and greets you, Miss Langley, with a good evening, and takes you up the stairs to the second floor. Sophie opens the door to room 209. Is it bad it makes me come more than my GF? I mean, probably. Well, maybe that just means you need to dress her up as May or something. It's fucked up. Some of you wouldn't have deemed necessary just the previous night, including the thick blinds in the windows. Back room is a comfortable looking bed and a thick steel door with several sturdy looking locks, but no windows. Well, how do you like it? This is great. Thank you. What can I choose? Another? I'm gonna nibble on these little candies here. Can I choose another? It feels too nice. It's nice in this very agreeable way, you know? Lacks character. Well, I would appreciate it if you can hold back the need to redecorate. I'm actually really fond of the decor here. Tomorrow I will take you hunting and discuss the blood in more detail. I'll let you get comfortable. Keys are by the television set. I will come and pick you up tomorrow night. Use the back room for rest. You can lock the doors just in case. Yeah, that's why I'm like, bruh. Little cringe, bruh. It stings a bit when she leaves. It's like the room suddenly became a few shades dimmer. You inspect the kitchen, hoping to find something to drink. Nothing. No regular food either. Feels strange that Kadir could be more thoughtful hosts than your new sire, even if only in that respect. You briefly wonder if the sheriff might have a hidden side. Nothing left to do, you lie on the couch with the TV playing in the background for company. Oh, you're a fan of cringe. You like cringe. Fellow connoisseur. Columbo return. Columbo reruns, Kojak reruns. President of the United States got himself into serious trouble again. Who wouldn't? Is this recent? President of the United States got himself out of trouble again. This is definitely recent. Maybe it's not. Pundits start yelling about each other over things that seemed like a little bit less significant just 2 days ago. I don't know, just like open the shit you masturbate to in public chat. I don't judge, but like, bruh, keep it not weird. Yeah. I mean, like, you can go ahead, like, the funny thing is that this VOD will be put on YouTube, and it will be public, and it will be forever that you said these things. So, like, 20 years from now, 15 years from now, that video will still be up that you said these things in the exact way that you're saying them now. So it's a little cringe. Just a little cringe, bro. Anyway. You start drifting off, reflecting about another night of confusing conversations and worldviews, shattering revelations. How many more before you finally understand what happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? Yeah, you didn't realize that it's like being recorded, right? You're always being recorded online. Delicious candy. How many more of you finally understand what happened to you and what you're supposed to do now? You keep coming back to the life you left behind, the people you should contact, the things you want to pick up from your apartment. You wonder when you'll have the chance for it either. I'm not gonna edit it out, I'm just uploading the entire thing, bro. I'm not gonna do you that solid. As you start to feel the same tiredness that made you drift into a cold sleep that night, you settle into the back room. The bed is comforting. The lack of windows, less so. You leave the light bulb on. Looking at it, you realize it's the closest you'll ever come to staring at the sun on a breezy summer day. A wave of melancholy overwhelms you. Yeah, maybe you should think before you act, bro. A few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you can take the plunge into darkness again. Sinking, sinking, sinking. This is fun. I'm trolling the troll. It might be removed from public record. Amazon keeps it. Well, thing is that the VOD gets removed from Twitch after 60 days, but I'm uploading them to YouTube, so they stay there forever. I just started that up recently. Oh shit, so hunger is an actual mechanic here? Hunger is at the heart of a vampire's existence. To ignore it is to tempt the beast to take over its desire to feed. To overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade while straining what humanity you have left. In coteries of New York, having high hunger is indicated by a progressively thicker, bloody frame around the screen. Oh, that's what that means. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Your hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers, or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. Except you were here, and you are here. You're chilling. Or what you need to mend your wounds after a fight. When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning after you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. Some choices might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off choices, and you will be unable to see after pressing continue. That blocked off option. I see. So that's what the blocked off option looks like. Because I'm too hungry. To decrease your hunger, you will need to feed. Whenever you see a feeding opportunity, you can take the risk to hunt and slake your hunger. You will need to keep the hunger at bay if you are to uphold the masquerade and survive the nights that await you. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light from the ceiling. The solid metal door is closed. Normally you'd stretch for a bit. On some mornings, you'd probably throw the quilt over yourself and snooze a moment longer. That was before. The way you woke yourself up, you are fully conscious. No grogginess. No weighing you down. No nagging in the back of your head. Hunger, not as severe as the last time, but unmistakable there. Well, maybe you shouldn't say things that you don't want people to hear you say, bro. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock on the TV shows you the time, 9:04 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You miss the sunlight already. You're seriously considering just walking out of the apartment and figuring this all out by yourself. But by then, you come back to the memory of Kadir's exotic sword being raised in the gallery. I don't know, you might be dead from this. You might just be totally screwed. What do you mean, warning? You're on the internet. You're always being recorded. You should know that. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad of an idea after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour and then switch for streaming services. Almost as if the universe had a sense of irony. You catch true blood in the flood of recommendations. That's funny. There are warnings. It was in the terms of service. It's true. And you also need to be of age in the terms of service. Yeah, it also says that they're going to kill you in the terms of service if you fuck anything up. So that was all on you for not reading it. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Good evening, even better. Slept well? Like a dead man. Curious wording, but not that far from the truth, I suppose. No use dwelling on it. I think you will agree with time. Oh, really? Terms of service is 13 plus? Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. I feel less bad now if there are people that are 13 that are in my chat. Good to know. I thought that it was like 18, but this is an 18 plus stream. I do have a warning that when people start watching that like I do swear and things. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself. Your blood, its desires, its power. We will begin tonight. You are hungry, yes? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy. Oh, what? Oh, fuck. The blood. The drinks we had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. I'm not afraid of anybody, anybody. That's what TJ says. So tonight I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You will need to learn You'll need to learn to sense the kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the kind's vulnerabilities to your advantage. No more freebies. No more drinks on the house. 13 plus for being on Twitch in general, but if you agree to joining a channel that is listed for mature content, the terms of service actually says that you're legally saying that you're 18 plus by saying that you're joining. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Like, I'm not gonna ban you. You can say whatever you want, but just know that it's on the public record. You will find that drinking moderate amounts of it will regularly keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. Some of the stuff has to be edited out. No, it's not going to demonetize me. And plus, I'm not even making money. It's just an archive. You might think of yourself monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. The kiss gives the kind pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. Some can even become addicted to the sensation. If you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? She gives you a sly, knowing smile. Also, if he says he's underage, you might be required to ban him or remove him from the channel. Is that true? I feel like it's better just to have, like, the proof, unless he's, like, being really obnoxious. She has come close. She gives you a sly, knowing smile. That's why the masquerade is so important, and even more crucial when you feed. How do you select a victim? That's huge. I choose who to feed from. Are there better or worse, like, targets? Isolated kind are easiest prey, but it depends on the context. Hunting requires a different approach in a busy club than it does on an empty street. With time, you will have the luxury of finding your presence in hunting methods and prey. For now, I suggest experimenting in moderation. Feeding from the same area repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out, you risk the ire of kindred, on whose domains you trespass. Luckily for you, New York City is more forgiving in this regard. Interesting. So there are domains that the vampires sort of operate in. You can't find a place where I'm wanted. I mean, you can chill. As long as you know, chill. This is Baxter's House of Chill, not Baxter's House of Screaming and copy pastas. See? Like that. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keeps the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves, these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. Twit, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs. Gregory is waiting for us. The busy street fills the air with traffic noise, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that disorient you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. Aw, well, good night, TJ. It was nice having you chill for a while. You cut yourself. Do you really think of these people as mere sources of blood? It takes a nudge from Sophie to break your train of thought. Her driver opens the door for her and then tips her hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. The car casually joins the somewhat thinned New York traffic. It's still busy in the only way one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have the time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. You're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Come, even better. Park the car. Gregory, will you? The driver nods and Sophie gets out. You join her and the two of you walk through his glass doors together and then make towards the elevator up. You first notice an empty stage with the instruments of string quartets in the back, then take a few dozen chairs in front of it. Who says I'm going to bed? I'm doing something I might regret. Alright, well. You know, whatever you choose to do tonight. The concert seeming concluded, the patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out over the hall. Yeah, you immediately regretted that. I like that, that's funny. Sophie stride, what? Confidently inside, produces an invitation from her purse that flashes in front of a security guard. You follow close and are let through without issue. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred, but consider this evening a small gift from your patron. I'm all out of the burp juice. I'm hoping to procure you a willing vessel. Just remember what I told you about small sips. This one I have a spot for. Don't damage her. Let's see here. Ah, there she is. Or there he is. She notices somebody in the crowd, flashes a heart-melting smile, and then suddenly even you feel drawn to her. You haven't thought about it before, but it's laid clear before you in this moment. You have regrets. Sophie is beautiful. We all have regrets. Just looking at her is a privilege, but being with her makes you feel elated. Everybody in the crowd, especially the man who's been tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, how is your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over here, please. There's somebody I'd like you to meet. The young woman who walks across the hall can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and the partially faded purple dye that she doesn't fit this crowd. Julie, this is even better. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I talk business with your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. I'm positive you'll like each other. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods toward the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure of what exactly Sophie expects you to do. You reach a secluded space from where the entire lobby is visible. All eyes are on Sophie. They listen intently, then laugh when she does. It usually saves you the trouble of figuring out the next step. Regrets are bad. Reverse to 280. Don't do it. It's true. Don't have regrets. Never have regrets in life. That's why you should always do things that you're totally cool with doing, and you know that you'll never regret. If you're with Sophie, then I guess you're, you know. She puts her wrist out to her lips and gives herself a theatrical nip, then looks to you embarrassed, but also hopeful? What, are you into that sort of thing? I kind of want to mess with her. What, are you into that sort of thing? She blushes, looks down at the floor, nods. She's into that kind of thing. Could you, if you like Miss Langley tells me, woo! She's just like, woo! Wasn't expecting that. She swallows hard and avoids your eyes. She says that I taste nice. Whoa, she's into it. So that is actually 100% the reason why she's here, is because she wants to be bitten by vampires. A quick look around confirms nobody's watching and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down gently. It's surreal. She's just given you her blood of her own volition. How is this possible? What about the masquerade? You need to ask Sophie. Your thoughts disappear amid the bliss. There's just the taste, sweet, fresh, sanguine. You drink, and drink, and drink. No, stop, stop, stop! You tear away from the girl harder than you had wanted. Still, the bite leaves just a tiny puncture. Almost by instinct, you lick them clean, and the two holes become concealed, just like that. Julia's now leaning on the wall, pale, wobbly on her feet, but happy? She lets out a dreamy sigh, opens her eyes, and a few tears fall into her shirt. Tears of joy. You can't find the gun. Children should not have guns. Or at least, nobody, like, honestly, I don't think anybody should have guns, but especially people that, like, have not taken gun safety classes that are young should not have guns, especially. America! Kids have guns. Everybody shoots everybody else, and it's fun, yeah. America! Fuck yeah. Thank you. Please, can you walk me downstairs? Please, my dad, he doesn't know. Thinks it's a condition. Miss Langley told him so. She leans on you and requests you walk her over to a bench. She takes a seat and smiles at you. Crowd around Sophie disappears slowly. Looking at her now, only some residual awe hangs in the air. Yes, she's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? You walk over to her. Edgar, dear, it was so splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julia my best wishes. Come on, even better. Gregory is waiting for you out front. It's only in the car that Sophie addresses you. You can tell from the look you took. You can tell from your look that you took the opportunity. Good for you. That girl is exquisite, don't you think? Taking safety classes and a permit, but 15 suicide attempts. Well, don't fucking use a gun. Jesus. Don't fucking keep a gun around, especially if you're fucking considering committing suicide. It's the last thing you should ever fucking keep around. Especially because, like, out of all the fucking methods of suicide that you can choose, a gun is the worst because there's no chance of coming back from, like, a gun suicide. There's literally none. And it fucking sucks because it's what most men use to commit suicide. I know, like, it's, oh, well, America, but, like, legitimately, that's, like, a serious issue. Like, fucking men commit suicide by gun more than any other method, and because of that, there are less men that are able to be taken back from the brink of suicide because they have a gun, instead of, like, I don't know, some other fucking method that they would try, like hanging or pills. It's just like, and it's not a joke. I hope that it's like that you're okay, and that it's not that you did that. I hope that it is a joke, but if it's not a joke, like, I hope that you're fucking doing okay. Seriously, dude, don't fucking keep a gun around. Go talk to some people around you. Be safe. You know. Anyway, I'm not gonna ban you, but just be safe. You wouldn't tell by her demeanor, but she has so much passion. It brings out a unique bouquet in her blood. Friends absorb me, makes me feel nothing. I was unfortunate back in the glory days. Do I joke? I know, I feel you, man. I was unfortunate too, so I've seen a lot of fucked up shit, so. I've had people that, like, I know on internet forums actually commit suicide, so I don't doubt that you might actually be suicidal. Like, don't do it. You know? I've had that happen to me before, and it fucking sucks when just, like, an internet friend who you just know, only from the internet, suddenly just stops messaging you, and you don't know why, until one day you get a message that's like, hey, I'm their mom. Just wanted to let you know because they were always on their computer that they're dead. You know? So, I don't know. I don't fuck around with that shit. Anyway, her blood was delicious. She knows who we are? I think she knows who we are. That's not normal, right? It's not normal, that much is true, but don't worry. She will do anything I tell her to, and won't say anything to anyone that haven't put her in a pretty head first. Yeah, the annoying thing is that gun suicides are messy. There are, yeah, that's the other thing that fucking sucks about gun suicides, is that, like, not only do they, like, they're almost guaranteed to have no chance of coming back, but then they're also fucking messy as shit and other people have to clean it up. It sucks. But, like, I mean, if you're that young, you have so much to fucking live for. You haven't even, like, you know, gotten a job and gone out on, like, a vocation and, like, kind of gone out into the world and, like, done a lot of the big things in life and traveled and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So much shit to live for. Even in coronavirus. Time for the next stop. Training wheels off. This time, Gregory, Flushing Meadows, please. Driver takes the car over to Williamsburg Bridge. You settle your thoughts. You don't always succeed. Like, you're totally... Yeah, literally. That's the other fucking thing, is that, like, the times that, like, they actually don't succeed and they do survive, they're met with, like, horrible disfiguring injuries for the rest of their life. Like, paralyzation, blinding, like, horrible, like, you know, chunks out of their head, parts of their brain that don't work. It's fucked. You don't want to do that. Like, it's the last thing that you want to do to yourself. Anyway, the driver takes a car over the Williamsburg Bridge. You settle your thoughts. What did you do to the people back there? There's people back at the hall. They were all entranced. Even I was under your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. That old trick? Just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned with experience. If you do it once, you won't want to do it again. I can guarantee you. It'll suck so fucking much, you'll never want it. Like, like, I don't know. Don't fucking do it in general. It just fucking sucks, and it sucks for everyone around you. Like, it'll suck for you because, you know, you won't have done any of the things that, like, you will have wanted to do later in life, that, like, you'll realize you would have wanted to do if you could actually live long. I don't know. Look, again, I've had friends that have done this, so don't do it. I can sway people or make them fear me. I see more of the world in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with unparalleled precision and grace, and more. I've seen a guy take a 12 gauge to their face and survive. They're missing half their face and have immense pain, and they live with that immense pain for the rest of their life. Yeah. Mistype that, missing half their head, their whole face is gone. Yeah, no, that sounds more right, actually. Face is gone, half the head is there. Even if you do that, won't guarantee you anything. It'll just cause you a lot of pain, and it'll cause a lot of the people around you pain, too. Doesn't help anything. All of these skills made me who I am. They also help me hunt. What are my powers? How do I use my powers? How do I need my powers to hunt? What are my powers? How do I use my power? What are my powers? What even are my talents? Time will tell. You need to discover them yourself. When we arrive, experiment. Give a couple different things a try. Follow your instinct and intuition. It will guide the blood. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It's all fine if you can disappear in plain sight or command animals with your mind, but save those overt talents for the right place and time. It really is just a big fucking mess, and insurance won't cover you, which means that, like, after you die, your family will have to pay money for all of the different, like, funeral shit, for all of the different hospital shit, for like, all the different cleanup shit. It'll put your entire family into massive fucking debt, and you'll be gone, and they'll be sad, and it'll be fucking awful. Your family would care. Also, like, people that you know would care. I would fucking care. I mean, you come to my streams, dude. And break up with your girlfriend if she's a girl gold digger. You can do better than her. Fuck her. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night. Both you and Sophie leave the car, with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot. Keep an eye on the car. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is surprisingly clear tonight. Stars just barely visible in the light-polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be in the fountain. You'll look for somebody for your liking, see what effects you can achieve with your blood, but only pick one victim, just one, then come back. Seeing how she seems not altogether here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. You really aren't. I mean, honestly, I kind of don't think that you're really even committing suicide just because you have been trolling before, but like, if you are, like, I wouldn't even want to take the chance. Like, that's just how serious it is. From here, it looks like you have a few choices, but just taking a stroll around the park and finding an isolated jogger or someone like them could work, but focusing on an area might work better. I don't know. Then let her know that, like, she's your friend then. And she can't be your girlfriend if she's manipulating you like that. Set boundaries. Be healthy, you know? I think that's healthy in a relationship. Even if you were to continue it, you always have to set boundaries. There's a skate park nearby, and the worst case scenario is there bound to be some unfortunate winnow around. Maybe the tennis courts nearby. Honestly, if they don't adhere to your boundaries and they aren't your friend, then you can do better with somebody else. Honestly, you can find better friends online. I can guarantee you that there are people that would be your friend on forums. I don't know. I don't think that you would troll about it, but like, I don't know. People are weird on the internet. I've seen a lot of weird shit on 4chan and around the internet. This convo is a big yikes, huh? It really is. This whole thing. There's a light coming from there, so somebody might still be playing. They won't be alone, but they might be tired, let their guard down. As these scenarios play out in your mind, you realize that you're planning on how to assault a stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but now the familiar hunger prompts you to act. Okay. Shit, I have to hunt? This kind of sucks. Well, I don't want to fucking hunt. I'm not hungry. Take a walk, but don't feed. Maybe if I just search, but I don't take anything. I bet I can search, but I can not take anything. Well, she only wants attention, then just let her know that you just have to be your friend for a while. Can't handle the constant attention. Sometimes it's just manipulative. It's like, if you're giving more than you're taking in the relationship, then it's a bad relationship. And that's the wrong way to put it, but like, you need to be receiving and giving, you know? Like, if you're constantly giving, then it's a one-sided relationship. As you guessed, a pair of players, 2 men fit, but the older, maybe pushing 60, are finishing up a match. They are the only ones there. It's time to make a move. Oh no, I don't want to do any of this, actually. Shit. Barge in the showers? 2 men grab their things and hit the showers. You sneak behind them as they take a... Doesn't even have a chance to react as you're feigning it into, and the scalding hot water keeps flowing into it. It flows fast and feels energizing to you. You never expect an invigorating taste like this from a man who's at least your father's age. Get the feeling that his tennis buddy will soon realize that something is wrong, so you get out of there fast, letting the naked man fall to his soaked, butt-saked. You emerge from the showers and leave the courts. As you're about to walk back to Sophie, a figure emerges from the shadows and stops you in your tracks. The hooded man is looking menacingly at you. What do you think you're doing, barging in on my turf like this, Lick? Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do this. Oh, shit. I wonder if I can, like, close and redo from, like, the fucking... I wonder how far back it'll take me. This is actually a good question here. How far back will the game take me if I close it and then open it back up again? It's true. I mean, like, there are hotlines that, like, will help you, and, like, not to say that, like, you need help, because, like, you know, it kind of sucks to, like, you know, have to say that sometimes, but I mean, I feel like everybody needs help. Everybody needs somebody else to talk to. Even if it's a fucking streamer. But I'm no therapist, and I can't help you the way that a therapist could. I literally don't understand. I can't understand, which is why you need a therapist. What do you think you're doing barging in on my turf like this? Like, yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get rid of this guy. I'm going to have to talk with him. Didn't mean to trespass, I'm gone. Too late for that, friendo. You want to leave here in one piece? You talk, candidly. I know what you are, so you can shove that masquerade misdirection up your ass. I better tell me who you're with before my posse shows up and we beat it out of you. I knew I shouldn't have fucking gone and fed. I didn't even need to. I had the option. I thought that maybe it would like let me go over and see what's up and then leave. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a Sophie Langley. I came over Sophie Langley. She's my patron. Doesn't ring a bell. Sounds fancy though. He licks his lips, exposing fangs and looking at you voraciously. Nervous tick or an attempt at intimidation? I wonder. What would Callahan do to you if I brought you in, huh? Break your shins? Leave you out to be kissing the sun? Ooh, concrete shoes, maybe. He's old school like that. Just to see if people would care, people know trolling, it's all true. I mean, there is actually ways to get therapy that are accessible from your home, even like not, like going outside and really cheap. There's like phone lines, there are even apps that you can download that have like free trials where you can like talk with a therapist just through like text messages. It's really nice actually. It's like, very accessible. I do care. I care about people, man. You take off fast, faster than you've ever run. The hoodlum has trouble keeping up, but howls behind you like an animal and gives chase. Tried religion? I hear it works great for many people. Yeah. I mean, I can't tell if you're joking or not, because, I mean, that's legitimately what happened for my mom. It's Sophie feeding, but this whole scene is set up so that it looks like a couple getting intimate in public. She pulls it off like she's done it 100 times before. It occurs to you that this probably has. The man is unsure on his feet as she lets go of him and leads him toward a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind a tree. Even better, how'd it go? You're about to answer when the same figure as before emerges from one of the alleys. He looks at the three of you, and a predatory smile creeps on his lips. I need someone who would try and stop me. I reconsidering. I mean, I can't stop you. I can't. I'm a streamer. See these hands? They're in Colorado. They can't do anything. I can just tell you that, you know, I care, but, like, this is not the place for this, you know? Like... You thought you could run away from me, Lick. You think you'll be safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion to shout, but two things happen almost at the same time. First, that feeling of warmth and beauty emanating from Sophie flares up again, and tracing you both in the hooded thug. His shout comes out as a weak, confused squeak. Second, Gregory produces a wooden stake from a holster under his jacket and slams it into the thug's chest. I mean, like, you know, if someone, like, is, like, legitimately, you know, fucking in a suicidal shit, like, I don't care, like, you know, if you can talk to me and just, like, watch a nice stream, maybe it'll help you. I don't know. Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire is down to the ground, paralyzed. I see you've made a friend even better. Curious choice of company, I would say. Who is he? He said this was his turf. He mentioned a Callahan. She looks shocked for a split second, then recovers her regular countenance. Yes, I have. This hoodlum is an anarch, then. Curious. Corona Park has not been claimed by Kindred, last I checked. Let's go to the car. We'll put him in the trunk and present him to Kadir tomorrow night. I'm sure he'll be delighted to make this unbound's acquaintance. I mean, I'm glad. Everyone suffers. Yeah, that's right, Fubar. There are a lot of annoying parts in life, but I mean, if you can do any good, or if you can make someone else happy, then to me that's worth it. It's the only reason why I'm here. Gregory carries the stalked vampire and dumps him in the car's trunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're happy you're not in that poor fucker's shoes right now. It's almost surprising that you can get away with just casually throwing a stiff in your car and driving away. Then you remember that Sophie has been doing this far longer than you have. No one's gonna beat you up. People are just gonna be happy that you're around. The nagging thought that anything you did tonight could have been recorded on a CCTV camera or picked up on a rando with a half-decent smartphone streamed online fills you with dread. Hunting and using your abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing is about as many caveats as it has perks. You've taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I'll pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I've heard some business to attend to Elysium, and I expect to have you accompany me. Plus, our friend in the back needs to be properly introduced to Kadir and the Prince. I'm sure he'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cruel, and nothing like the enchanting personality she showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. Going to happen to him. Good riddance, the guy is an asshole. I'd do the same thing in his place. You have a medical condition where you don't feel pain? That's like really rare, isn't it? The usual, I imagine. Interrogation by Kadir. Also, it's weird to say that you love pain and then say that you don't feel pain. Swift execution and the verdict. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to say that you're trolling, but all this does feel vaguely like it could be a 4chan thing still. It's all sound. 4chan, they'll do fucking anything. People on the internet will do fucking anything sometimes. I don't mean that as like a diss towards you, because like I care, you know, I want you to stick around, but I also don't want you to come in my chat every night and then complain that, you know, thinking about suicidal thoughts. This all sounds eerily familiar to you, and you can't help but feel a pang of guilt. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope? I mean, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, getting the hang of it, I would hope. It'll take some getting used to. Hunting is the one scenario in which you'll do well to trust your instincts in moderation, of course. She seems distracted, not all there. Her thoughts adrift, and her car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We will pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without any further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven to her apartment by Gregory, with a body in the trunk, right in the middle of Manhattan. I'm seriously saying the truth, like, don't hurt yourself. Did you cross paths with situations like these in the past unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass in the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just that you left it hours ago. Although the sun will come up for some time, you feel tired. You learned something about yourself today, and it will take time to process. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door in a moment of hesitation, then a decision. This time you turn the light off. Think back to Julie. How many people in the city know about this vampiric society? How many are willing to be accomplices in sustaining it? And the thug you met in the park, if he's not Camarilla, then what is he? Are there independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. Begin wondering if there's ever going to be a night when you can start crossing them off the list, instead of adding to the... Yeah, you cross your eyes. You sink into the now familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms like an old friend. That was one night. I feel like that was really wasteful. I probably shouldn't have gone for the kill there. But, oh well. Is there anything else that I can do? I just hit the rest button and that's it. The sun appears and goes away. You open your eyes. It's pitch dark in here. The blackness of a coffin drifting in the abyss. I'm actually planning on playing Among Us on Friday if you'd like to play for that. So that's one good reason to stay alive. Among Us is going to be happening this Friday. Shit. Blackness of a coffin drifting in the abyss. Oh right, the light. You grasp for the switch, flip it. The familiar cramped room with steel door and no windows coming into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake just like yesterday. This time, however, Sophie is waiting for you comfortably seated on the sofa in your living room space, a book in her hand. The Melancholy of Resistance, the title sure on brand. Good evening, even better. Good evening. I know you have keys in here probably, I'm not surprised. Tonight will be quite eventful, I think. Come, we have an appointment. I received word Elysium would be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. This should be a great opportunity for you to mingle. You leave tomorrow? Where do you leave? But we can play the games tomorrow. She keeps talking, She keeps talking as you walk downstairs and get in the car. Gregory gives you a slight nod and a small smile while opening the door for Sophie. He starts the car when you get in there and take a seat in the back. Most of the Primogen Council is bound to there, at least that of those who usually attend. Probably some other important personalities you'd do well to learn about. There's a lot of terminology here that I'm learning. An anarch movement is a sect that opposes the tyranny of elders that has placed itself outside the secret society of the Camarilla. The court is the social system of the city's kindred, resembling the feudal system of the mortals. The top is the prince, below them the members of the Primogen Council. Order in the domain is maintained by a sheriff. The gatherings are organized in secret sanctuaries known as Elysiums. Tomorrow the Mario game releases? Oh, fuck. Oh yeah, I guess I did see a bunch of stuff on like the Nintendo store about that. The loading screen with like Mario and the Mario 64 thing is actually really fucking awesome. You're going to cheeseburger heaven. I hope you have fun. Bring me a burger. Maybe some fries. A vampire's home or base where they find sanctuary from the sun. Primogen Council represents the interests of the local kindred and advises the prince on matters of law and rule. Traditionally, it consists of representatives from each of the most prominent clans or factions of the domain. Naturally, following those of the Camarilla, though outsiders are allowed to report any issues to Primogen not of their own clan. Primogen are often elders, but despite the term, Primogen from Latin means the firstborn. There are no rules in place that this is how it must be. In fact, during the last few decades, more and more councils have seen drastic changes to their structure. Okay? Cool. How should I carry myself? That's a good question. You never told me if there's any savoir-vivre. Savoir-vivre? Savoir-vivre. That's a word that I've not heard before. Yeah, this game is teaching me a lot of interesting words. I'm gonna look that up. Savoir-vivre. I'm sure that it's French. The world or ways or usages of polite society. Savoir-vivre. That's interesting. I never knew about that. Your home is literally a cheeseburger joint. Aww. Your Poppy plays on the phone still. Well, at least you got good Wi-Fi. Knowing that you're among your superiors is probably the most important in our society. Status quo comes with age. Pardon my sincerity, but you are insignificant. Yeah, I live next to, kind of places too, like Walmart and King Soopers and stuff like that. Not even associating with me can make the fact that you're a kindred for barely a few nights be forgotten. So you know your place. Stay out of your superior's business and show the utmost respect. Thanking the prince for sparing you, and maybe having a friendly chat with Kadir publicly might show your gratefulness for being a part of the Camarilla now. I would suggest you make it sincere. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to uphold in the court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She might have saved you. She might have been protecting and teaching you, but it's clear what she really is concerned about. Her own interests. Ho 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 ho! You steep in the art hole with something of a bad memory. The last time you were here, your entire world had been turned upside down, and your existence nearly ended. There's plenty of free Wi-Fi, you're just not looking hard enough. But tonight there is very little outward hostility. Yes, Kadir gives you a look that's definitely intended to remind you of your place, but the prince, also in attendance, seems pleased to see you. Oh well, I hope you have a good sleep. I hope that you join us for Among Us tomorrow, TJ. I think that you would be probably the biggest wild card of all of the wild cards. Welcome, Sophie. Even better. Did I get that right? Good evening to bother both of you. I understand that there is somebody else you wish to present the court tonight. Yes, Prince, they will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. This better be worth the Prince's time, Langley. It's hard to switch between all the voices. I kind of get a little monotone after a while because it's just so much writing that I have to go through all by myself. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He's a particularly foul mood tonight. Something to do with even better's begetter eluding his grasp, I guess. The mention of your sire makes you come back to all the talk of eschewing social norms and disillusionment with the status quo you enjoyed back at the club. Look at you now, behaved, agreeable. She likely wouldn't be too happy with this whole setup. Prince, court hierarchy, titles, but hey, she's gone. Probably forever. If you ever break out of this, it'll be on your own. The flaring of whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room, the jumpsuit-clad, inert vampire still staked on his shoulder. The show's about to start. You got to sleep. Sophie's driver places his charge in the middle of the room and nods respectfully to Kadir. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captive's eyes flicker to life and he starts looking around in disbelief. Like a cornered animal, he backs out on all fours and keeps going in circles until he realizes he's trapped. Kadir steps on the man's chest and pins him to the floor. Why, who do we have here? Oh, fuck, oh shit, oh no, oh, fuck, oh come on, don't. Silence. The sheriff takes an aura of utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature that's out to get you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do but shrivel in terror. The beast inside you shrieks, and you can swear it happens in unison with the instincts of some of the other guests here tonight. It's unlikely anything you've experienced in his company during your turbulent first night as a vampire. He really did go easy on you, all things considered. It seems like it takes all of the hoodlum's willpower not to crawl into a fetal position and start crying. No, please, don't hurt me, man, don't. Oh. You and me are going to have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion. Please go ahead, my sherry. You heard the prince. Get up. Let's go. He doesn't wait for a confirmation, he just grabs the man and drags him, kicking and screaming, out of the room. Conversations start all around you, some whispered, some quite overt. Sophie looks somewhat bored of the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing for her particular liking. Torture in the art gallery, yeah, no kidding. Will Kadir manage on his own? I'll just ask about that. How cultured you all seem. Torturing somebody in an art gallery doesn't seem to faze you, like at all. Oh, please, do keep your naivety to yourself. Power and violence have always been two sides of the same coin. Most of us here are far too old to bother with keeping up appearances. Excuse me. Sophie leaves your side and goes to a corner of the gallery where a group of kindred, some seemingly pretty old-fashioned, gathered. The concierge offers you a drink, still warm. It smells nice. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your palate, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheeks. Nourishment. You're left to your own devices. You have a quick look around. The prince is currently taking a dark-skinned woman that you recall seeing here those few nights ago. She has a cold but noble countenance to her. Its conversation seems to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns your attention to this bespectacled man who you saw with Sophie on the night of your judgment. He's making the rounds, chatting up different patrons. You feel somebody's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near a column watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. I'm gonna talk with the man in the glasses. The prince seems like it would be impossible to talk to him. Hey, what? Where's the guy looking at me, though? I'm gonna confront that guy. Just think about this guy. Not that he's staring at you. Most everybody in this room has at one point or another. It's how he does it. He seems shy, maybe even afraid. Hard to find a secluded spot in the gallery tonight, but this guy has an entire corner of the room all to himself. As you approach, he's standing alone with no glass in his hand and a worried look on his face. Good evening, Mr. Larson, or you can call me Robert. Either's fine. You look normal, Robert. Why are you standing here alone like this? Well, who are you? You mean, like, generally? A vampire, same as you, though I might not quite look it. I'm one of the Prince Panhardt's Primogen. I'm here on business, in case the prince requires my insight. Usually it's so she can hear me out before ignoring me. I'm not sure if you were paying attention the other night, but when Prince mentioned diverging opinions on whether or not you should be executed or not, that was me. I was the diverging opinion. Thank you. even if it didn't change the prince's mind. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Listen, I don't want to be rude, and I appreciate you reaching out, but word of advice? Stay away from me. Many vampires in this sect regard my position as Primogen to be some kind of a joke, you know? Talk to me, they'll notice. They'll hold it against you. You have a quick look behind you and you see that a few of the kindred keep shooting you curious glances. One woman in particular, a redheaded boasting a fanciful hairstyle, watches you disapprovingly. Some of them already do, I imagine. Excuse me, I need to try and get a word in with a few Primogen members before Kadir returns. Enjoy your night. With just the critical looks of a few kindred to keep you company, you start thinking about who to pursue next. You notice Sophie mingling with other kindred, clearly in her element and not to be disturbed. Kadir hasn't come back yet, so you can probably find time for at least one conversation. Let's go with the man in the glasses. The man notices your attention but takes a few minutes before he pauses his mingling for long enough to actually approach him. He looks at you quizzically. Thomas Arturo. Is that your name? I assumed you'd like to know. I know you. By name only, of course. Even better? Grace just a few nights ago, huh? Well, well, well. How's Undeath treating you? I'm coping. Takes some getting used to. Oh, it sure does. Sure does. Good thing we have an eternity to make the best of it, right? He takes a moment to clean his glasses, completely ignoring you until he's done and puts them back on. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted. You know, most of us don't need to wear these, right? I can see just fine without them. But it's a statement. The damn things keep catching specks of dust and other assorted shit, though. Never stay clean for long. Sometimes I think they're more trouble than they're worth, wouldn't you say? They look good. They look good on you, really. You bet they do. This guy likes his glasses. Alright, that was a nice chat, but I have to catch up with a few of the others tonight. Talk to you later. Jeannie! Hey, Jeannie! He doesn't even give you a chance to say goodbye. He's already off, grabbing 2 glasses of concierge tray and handling one to a mustachioed man nearby. A loud exchange near the staircase gives everybody attention. Kadir is back, and the hoodlum is with him. The sheriff pushes his unfortunate victim inside the room. The vampire that threatened you last night is a mess. That stupid hat is still inexplicably on his head, covering some of his ruined face in a welcome shadow. He's barely conscious. His shin is broken, you think. Something protruding there, making the leg pant bulge. One arm seems twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood, surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. Well, Kadir, did our guest cooperate? Tell the prince your name. It's Howard. And who do you run with, Howard? The Midnighters. An anarch coterie, my prince. Active for some time now, though from what this one has told me, the name is about the only legacy this group has kept over the years. I see. Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it. I didn't know. I didn't. Oh, a loud crack makes some of the guests audibly gasp as Kadir's slap dislocates the man's jaw. Oh! A spray of blood creates something like an abstract art piece on the floor. This one is guilty of threatening a member of the Camarilla and claiming a domain without the prince's approval. That alone would be enough to pass swift judgment, but he's also anarch scum. My prince? There can be only one verdict. Final death. Do your duty, Sheriff. Coterie is a small group of kindred united by the need to support and sometimes common interest. Support and sometimes is that a typo? A small group of kindred united by the need for support and sometimes common interest. No, it's not. Final death. When a vampire ceases to exist, crossing the line from undeath into true death. Got it. True vampire death. Do your duty. Unless, of course, someone would like to play at being Good Samaritan like our dear Miss Langley a few nights ago. The look of the prince serves you, and Sophie is a cruel jest. Sophie takes it gracefully, smiling and slipping her arm under yours in a strange public show of affection. Nobody says anything. The vampire named Howard jumps to his feet and makes for the window. Ooh. Ooh, should I be a dog of the state? Ooh, that's a good question. I kind of have been this playthrough a little bit. I make my choice. Focusing my blood, I dash forward and grab Howard by the back of the jumpsuit, pulling him away from the window. You expect some resistance, but you'll find you don't have to worry much about it when a swift cut separates Howard's head from his body. You let go, and the headless corpse slumps to the ground. Kadir is standing between you and the window, his sword drawn and an ugly smile on his face. Well, even better. Their eagerness is laudable, if unnecessary. Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate, not forcing Kadir's expertise. That's what I figured. So I figured, like, I might as well show a little bit of alliance to them. Make them think that that they like me, and that I like them, when I don't. However, I have made note of this show of loyalty, on both you and your patrons' accounts. I would like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this anarch thug to me and Kadir's attention. I assume we've all found the verdict satisfactory? It's a rhetorical question and everybody here knows it. Then consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night to all of you. She steps out of the room, and you see that many of the guests move to do the same. Sophie seems to be conversing with somebody, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what has transpired. It's 11, gotcha. You probably have the time to strike up a conversation of your own, too. The dear Al-Azmai is still here, one, but getting ready to leave. Both Larson and Arturo seem to have stayed around, too. One is still moping around and the other chatting with the remaining attendants, as if nothing happened in the meantime. I'm gonna talk to Kadir. The sheriff's mood seems to have improved, so you decide you won't get a better shot at saying your piece. He's just sheathing his sword as you approach him. He notices you just before his face turns from a melancholic frown back from his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a moment of reflection. Kadir says, "What is it, even better? I wanted to thank you for bringing me here. Is everything alright? Impressive work tonight." I'm gonna ask him. "Are you okay? They catch you at a bad time?" Smirk is gone. His lips are tight now, and his face masks of professionalism and restraint. "I have no idea what you're talking about. This is a night like any other. Still, I have to admit, I was surprised as the prince when you jumped at the opportunity to stop that anarch from escaping. Well, sure, Valerie would have beat you to it." Go to Johnny's stream now. Oh no. What did Johnny do? Did Johnny do the bean thing? If Johnny's doing the bean thing, I need to see it. Oh no, he did it! It's Spaghetti-O time!
Guys, there's SpaghettiOs everywhere. Yeah, I did get a little on the microphone. Oh shit. All right, hold on. I gotta help. I'm good. I'm here. I'm back. Oh fuck.
Alright, I saved you, John. Well, not really, but
Quick press.
Oh my god, I'm watching Johnny's stream right now. He just put fucking SpaghettiOs on his fucking face. I have to...
SpaghettiO time,
did you know you can...
I'm shouting him out.
Did you know what?
How do you feel?
I feel. Why did I think this was a good idea? That's a fucking good question.
Oh shit, I didn't put the shout out. Go fucker.
Yeah. Well, if I lick it off my lap like some kind of dog.
Hey, are there warm SpaghettiOs?
No, it's cold straight out of the can, and it feels cold.
Oh jeez. Oh god, Johnny, why? Oh.
Months.
Okay.
Also, who needs a towel? We're replacing the carpet. So. Oh, Brimstone, you dumb.
No. Keep going. It's more.
That was easy. That was really quick.
Alright. Why is everyone just feeding them?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
They're back behind the wall. John, am I a soup?
I think that actually our friend might be a
Wow,
soup.
they gave that to
I think that Johnny's a soup. If you're here, Catman Sam, can we confirm whether or not Johnny is soup? I think that Johnny is soup.
Swing
Oh no,
around
they're
from.
diffusing.
Oh fuck! Wow, they were just camping back there.
Because he met the goal. He met the goal and he put SpaghettiOs on him.
Because of these dabs. Oh, I'm never a soup. Damn, my heart.
Holy fucking shit.
All I want to be in life is a soup.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and like really quick. I'm sorry that I'm like stopping my stream here, but like I have to fucking like.
I'm glad that you stopped what you were doing to come see David.
What is this segment called?
That bad. You don't want it that bad. Oh fuck! Wait, that was enough. Oh. If you click on it, it'll bad. You don't want it that bad. It's inspired by Gil and Gilbert's stream, in which they did. Not that bad. You don't want it that bad. A thing called This Is a Segment called. Oh fuck! Wait. Submitted segments for them to do. So this is a segment is where you can enter the title of your segment, and I will improvise whatever the segment is. Not that bad. You don't want it that bad. This guy right around the corner. I got 8. Oh fuck! Wait, that was enough. Oh no! Oh shit! Whoa! Let's do it, baby! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Defend me, guys. I have to dump SpaghettiOs on my head real quick. I updated that. I don't know why. Rip it and rip it, baby!
Smokes. You can.
Grab a bucket and a mop. Not.
All right. I published a clip. I had to make the clip.
Everybody can just run
Oh
around.
fuck!
the
Wait, that
stage.
was enough. Oh no!
Is that who's complaining?
I can't believe it. He still has the SpaghettiOs on him. Like, what a fucking madman. Why SpaghettiOs? Because baked beans weren't good enough.
I feel like this is a little
Alright.
unfair because the majority of them are on my lap and not like on my face. So in a second, I will rectify that
You
situation.
just block the wall off.
I also clipped it.
Whoa!
Be right there.
All right, so I also clipped it. I'm just gonna throw it in my chat.
While we're dead, here's the good SpaghettiOs.
He put more of it back on his fucking head.
I hope this is better. Is this better?
Is this better?
This is more worth the points now.
Stage's way over there still.
All my clips are just
Okay,
gonna be
guys.
SpaghettiOs. I need my hands to be dry to play this game, though.
Yeah, they were mad that we were all jumping around. Gosh, I'm so glitchy. Okay. Yeah.
You're all right. You're back to 3K of the tin you desperately needed. Oh, but you got down.
Everybody
You
run
got
around this stage.
you got the SpaghettiOs.
Joke's over.
I 3K of the tin.
Yeah.
You're back to 3K of the tin you desperately needed. Oh, but you got down.
Everybody run around this stage.
You got the spaghetti.
Okay, whatever. I'll do the rest of that later, but god damn, that was fucking amazing. He could have done refried beans, SpaghettiOs. He chose the SpaghettiOs. He could have done pudding. He could have done anything better. And like I had to like do a second clip where like he fucking shoveled more on his fucking He's doing it now. He's shoveling more fucking SpaghettiOs on his dumb fucking head. This fucking maniac. Well, I have to fucking, like, leave a lurk on him now. Fuck. What a fucking maniac. What a fucking loon. Okay, okay, wow. Wow. Can you tell me something about Sophie? Oh, do you enjoy being the sheriff? Enjoyment has nothing to do with this. It's my duty. When Calibros asked me to fill the shoes of the sheriff and root our enemies, I was glad to serve the sect. When Helen became prince and asked that I kept doing this, I agreed because I believe in Camarilla and I respect the fact that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. He picks up a sword and turns toward the stairs. If more kindred understood that, my job would be much duller. On that note, I wish you a good night. Watch yourself. You've messed up my batting average, so I'll be sure to keep a close eye on you.
Right now.
10 seconds left.
I wasn't expecting that Cypher to come running through his own cage.
Hey, bruv is a very good word.
Until I blind them to strike.
Oh, they're dripping everywhere. I was trying to grab a hairpin to get my hair out of my eyes, but I think we just have to. Oh, refried beans. We could use refried beans. All right. Armor, guardian, fuck it. Ugh. Get cleaning putty for the crevices. That's does cleaning putty get the drips of SpaghettiOs?
He's a dirty boy. This is why I got 3 more subs. That's what he fucking said. What a fucking asshole.
Where did they get it from? From the left corner, I think.
I'm gonna make him strain himself too.
I am a stinky SpaghettiO boy. What? Oh no! What do you need me to do, Gene? Got him. Waiting for the next one to peek. Gene, I might have to step away from the gate. Oh god. There's another one up top. Yeah, I can do jumping jacks. Damn, alright. Oh, fuck you monster!
This is what he gets for talking shit about subs. I just sent him like 4 strain yourselves or something like that. 3 strain yourselves.
30 seconds left.
He's getting everything messy. Why? Johnny, why?
I feel like you're missing
Oh my god, what's fucking happening?
Alright, there's 25 jumping jacks. Buy my guns. Fuck, let's get a Spectre. Fuck that, buy that. Alright, what else am I doing? Push-ups? Is that what you said?
Okay, cool. I feel satisfied about having fucked with their stream. Gonna need to introduce him to an 8-count bodybuilder.
Okay. 100? What? It can't be 100? No! You redeemed 3, motherfucker! You get 30 push-ups! What? Is it all push-ups you want? Alright. Oh, this is
It's an exercise I got from the U.S. Navy during paramilitary.
Conway, what do you want from me? From me? 10 more push-ups still. Wait, do you also want push-ups?
I feel a little mean. I feel a little mean. I'm causing him to do push-ups and fucking throw beans on himself. Oh, totally look it up. It's terrible. Should I tell him to do an 8-count bodybuilder? Is that? Oh my god. I feel like. Don't stop dabbing. Oh my fucking god, holy shit. 8-count bodybuilder. I don't even know what that is. I need to be able to describe it to him. 8. It's probably like. Oh, it's like one of those things where you like jump and do like a thing and then you go back down on the ground. I think I've seen those before. Those are really tough. I would feel more bad if he didn't set himself up for this.
Alright. Okay. I'm back.
Alright, I'm back. Oh. Oh.
Guys, thanks for joining me for this streaming journey. But this is my retirement stream, I think.
He's retiring! He's retiring!
Dabbing after doing 30 push-ups is hard.
Oh no! I feel so bad! Oh no, what have I done?
Not kill my allies.
I'll spawn next round.
Holy fucking
I'm back,
shit.
baby.
Where'd you go?
I had to do 50 jumping jacks, 30 push-ups, and dab a whole bunch.
He fucking died immediately!
Yeah. I love you all too.
Round in the half.
Yo, that passive income gave me an op though.
Can I tell him to hydrate? Can I tell him to hydrate?
Alright.
And of course I'm out of fucking water.
He's not working out.
Oh no.
Oh well.
Alright.
I can't even.
I will spaghetti my way over to the water fountain. Sink? That's what it's called. Fuck.
Water.
That water fountain that has unlimited water. It's in your home. Yeah, now I need a hydrate redeem. Peek it again. Oh, fuck, there's one on the other side. Yo, they just waited for that opportunity.
Alright. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery.
Hydrate.
Still alive?
Yeah, you're right, David. Gotta give them something small to piss away their money on so they don't do this. Alright. I will take that hydrate as a means to go refill.
Alright, he's running away now. I'm gonna give him some time. God damn, I feel bad. I fucking fucked him up. Oh, hydrate in his stead? Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. With that final threat, he left. Wow. Or hydrate again? Okay. It's right about when Sophie also ended her conversation and walked over to you. Feeling bad? Here's a tip. Don't. He definitely set himself up for that. Except, like, I don't know. It's like, I'm looking at him, and, like, I know him in the performer's position that he is in. He is miserable. He feels bad. But it's funny to watch, so he's personally okay with it. But, like, it feels almost masochistic. You know what I mean? Interesting, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. I can't wait to hear for the... I can't wait for the pudding stream, too. That'll be really fun. God damn. Johnny's another fucking breed. I can't fucking handle... Like... This is why, like, excuse me, I can't do this shit on my own. Because, like, he has the commitment. He has the commitment that I do not have. That, like, he'll do the bit, and he'll fucking go for it. And he will do the entire stream. Cheers. With fucking SpaghettiOs on his fucking head. Please tell me he has, like, plastic on the floor. Honestly, the worst thing is that I don't know for sure. I've been to his house, and I know that there is, like... Oh, shit! Conway gifted a sub. Like, there's no way that he planned... I know that he was going to refurnish the carpet anyway, which is why he was planning on doing this, but, yeah. It's gonna stain. It's gonna stain. I hope that it's worth it, man. I hope that he makes a really good video out of this. I mean, he is getting some gift subs, so... Smell? That smell will never come out. It will smell like SpaghettiOs forever. He is trying to move. So maybe he's just trying to curse the next owner of the house with SpaghettiO smell. Are you kidding me? Look at all these... Does this mean I have to put SpaghettiOs on myself too?
You know, David, I'm just saying, give the people what they want, and they'll sub.
I feel pressured now.
If I've learned anything from OnlyFans, it's putting SpaghettiOs all over your way to get subs.
No kidding. SpaghettiOs is a great way to get subs, I guess. She's gonna make me fucking keep hydrating, okay. I fucking knew that he was into it. I'm fucking turning that shit off. That fucking asshole. Well, think of something better for me. How can I do something better than fucking dumping SpaghettiOs on my face? That's top notch. I'm inadequate compared to him. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. This time you arrive at another building, just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs, through a very nice lobby and a luxurious-looking hall, into her domain. Please have a seat. I shall be right with you. You take in your surroundings. The apartment is like a gallery, an old-school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once, and a Nouveau's rich living room. A Nouveau Nouveau Richie's living room? I think that's what that's how it's pronounced. Meticulously combined together. She drags on her cigarette and breathes out. Breathes. How is she doing that? Can you do that? Oh yes, you might not know. It takes some practice, but you can keep smoking if you like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. But I did not bring you here to show off. This is where I rest. These nights, that door in the back, bedroom, similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I need you to trust me. When I told you before that I needed your best behavior to uphold my good standing with the court, I mean it. But that's not the whole story. I have your interests in mind, too. That's why I've given you your own haven. Why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me or else it won't work. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something. When you're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen often. I would ask that you come here when you wake up tomorrow. I'll have something to discuss with you. Why not discuss it now? We're here now. I still need to follow up on a few things before we speak. Patience, fledgling. Silence again. There's definitely something on Sophie's mind, but she doesn't seem eager to share it with you. I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. Give you a lift. I'm like jealous of Johnny's stream. It's going so well. Playing this like vampire game. Man. Come downstairs with me. Quick trip. I promise that you'll show up tomorrow and some polite goodbyes later and you open the door to your haven and gather your shit. It's exciting in a way, being dragged deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie has planned for you, it's bound to teach you more about this thing you've become. Sink into your vampiric sleep with just a sliver of hope. It's a welcoming change. Rest.
Thing says he's still in game. Oh. Yeah, go ahead and hop in, Gene. Gene's gonna join us. Oh, sick. Okay. You have. That sounds like a great tactic on Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him an invite. Yeah, do it, David. Come join us. Make it a party of 5.
Alright, fine. I'm making it a party of 5.
I'm glad you had fun. This has been a...
Okay. Okay, let me see. Where is OBS? Up. Start it up. Even in a couple channels which have exploded. What did they do to explode? What was their big pop-off moment? What did they do that was so cool? Let me see here also. I need to... Actually, no, I need Valorant. Good night, peeps. Time for me to go crash. Have a good night. Yo, take care, Conway. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a good night. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Popping off because of a speed run that does really, really good, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe I'll do a speed run one day. That'd be actually a lot of fun. Alright, I gotta hop in the Discord here. The Nomads.
Because we all suck.
Oh, well, if you suck, then that's good, because I suck too. Yeah, we all suck.
Oh, hey, David. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, wait, Ryan! Oh, shit!
Ryan and George were playing.
Yeah, what's
Fuck!
up?
Yo, that's awesome! Hey, y'all! Fucking hell!
Party.
Hell yeah!
They don't have
Did you
the
recognize me from my
authorization to-
Honestly, it took me a second. I had to see Sturt, and I was like, oh,
Am I the
shit.
only one that's still at school?
Yeah. Alright, I'm on my way.
That's how you spell it. And that's okay. It gave me an option there. There it was. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if I have David on my. I have David on right? Yeah.
What, my stream?
There we go.
Or in the game?
Tony?
You're right.
Yeah,
ID.
that's me.
Ah, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, we gotta wait 10 minutes because George got penalized from the last game.
You got permabanned?
No,
Yeah.
it's 6 minutes.
I didn't report you, so I don't know
It
who
could have
reported
equally
you.
been
It wasn't-
Johnny's fault.
I mean, it could have.
I take
both
full
AFK at the same
responsibility
time.
for everything that happened last game.
Hey, I didn't report either of you, so I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know, guys.
The
I
stage, I bet, did it.
kind of thought that Johnny carried a little bit last game. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he did. He totally did. Yeah. I just happened to get up to team MVP that last round.
I'll carry this game. This is where I'll.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna
Are-
offer you to that.
Do you have SpaghettiOs too, so you can pop off?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop off.
Good.
I don't have SpaghettiOs, but I
That
do have
sounds so good
ramen.
right now.
If you have like some baked beans, like anything kind of viscous and sort of come from a can will work.
I'll just like pour some sauce. Like, yeah, I'll just pour some like.
Oh, they were really hot. I microwaved them. Holy crap.
Oh, he didn't even do good in the speed run? So he didn't like pop off in the speed run, but he still got like a bunch of pop offs. Interesting. I'm also in another chat.
Did we get David on here?
It says the reason we've been penalized is because I failed to select an agent, and so we got removed from queue.
What the? We didn't even make it to that screen.
That's
know.
odd. David's not online yet, so I can't invite him.
Oh, okay.
I need like a minute left on my download.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just doing an update. Yeah.
Oh, they had an update yesterday. Yeah, they I wouldn't say they buffed Rays. They kind of just changed something on Rays.
Pokemon will do that. Pokemon will
I'm
pop
gonna
off.
go get the here. I think it only unlocks one new emoji thing, but I'm so excited. David, we hit 15 subscribers today.
You hit 15 subscribers. Correction.
Oh, oops.
Fuck off.
Tier 1 emoji. Hell yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna do some rearranging of the emojis once I get some stuff approved.
You got 15 subscribers on Twitch.
Yeah.
Sick. Somehow I got to like 30 just playing Roblox.
Dude, what? That's awesome. I love that. You're roping in the
Only game
Roblox
I
fans.
will stream. Like, anything else, it lags out, but Roblox is fine.
Bet you can probably get like Terraria or something.
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to take a real thorough shower after this.
Yeah. God. Well, when I saw in the chat, people were like, "You have to see Johnny now." I knew exactly what happened. Like I clicked over to your chat immediately, and I got to see the moment you threw the beans on.
I'm so glad you made it in time.
Yeah.
Has anyone had,
Oh, no.
had you rip your shirt yet?
Oh, that's not
Okay.
prediction right now.
There's the amount of times that has happened.
Catman Sam feels like they deserve something special for
Boom.
getting you to
I
the
wanted to take a bite.
SpaghettiOs.
Say something now, Catman.
Oh,
You've
fuck
been
me.
granted a special privilege.
I have to restart my computer? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to restart the stream as well. We'll see you in a minute.
We'll see in a minute.
All right, that anti-cheat software is so dumb.
Yeah, this sucks.
Johnny, I was going to take a bite out of my diploma, but Emily was like,